Cool. All right. It looks like I did this correctly. Now, let's see if anyone actually tunes in. Wow, hello, so many people. Hello, hello, hello. I've streamed once before, and that was just for patrons to make sure that I could actually have sound coming through. And so right now, this is like the first time that I've actually had a public stream, unless you were one of the few people that I accidentally streamed to. In that case, you were extremely special. Right now, glad to see all of you. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I just wanted to play some more of the Spark and actually just kind of chat with people. And I have this awesome VIP account that has all these gems. And so we should just go to the store and buy stuff. No, I was actually playing some War of the Spark Sealed right now. And I was just kind of setting up the stream and figuring out if everything could work. And so I thought that we could just kind of hang out a little bit. Let me know, by the way, if anything sounds weird or needs some special adjustments, because this is the first time that I've actually had this set up. Hello everyone. How's everyone doing, by the way? All right, what do we got here? Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this deck. It is a red-black deck, and this might be new cards for a lot of people, and I will sort of try to go slowly with some of the stuff. And this hand doesn't look very good. I have three very mediocre removal spells, and no ability to impact the board, and no red mana. Oh, this is so much worse. Oh no. Okay, this actually isn't that bad. It's actually pretty bad. I'm gonna keep it with the Scry and go for a swamp as soon as possible. It's kind of red-black amass. Basically, it was all of the good removal that I had in this deck was in red and black, and so I was just kind of stuck with this. And we're about to totally just get steamrolled by Lycan. Hello, Lycan. How's it going? Vivian's Grizzly. Look at the top card of your library if it's a creature card. I kind of like that. This is kind of like Duskwatch Recruiter, which is a solid card in a lot of different decks. All right, we made it. We got a black deck. By the way, Duskwatch Recruiter. I'm talking about things in like a commander format. So, but I do really enjoy playing limited. By the way, who's excited about War of the Spark for Commander? I am so pumped. This seems like such a crazy set. Yeah, we're gonna block. We don't have any fear, right? This stream specifically is not necessarily... Oh, I got punished. It's fine. I was always gonna block. This stream specifically is not a normal thing. I don't have time to do regular streaming, but I'm on spring break. Spring break! Woo! So I decided that now was a good time to be able to do this. All right. We were only facing down a 2/3, and they took their entire turn 4 to kill our 2/3, so we're not really under any pressure, but we also don't have anything good going on. I don't want to just play this out and have it die. 3 mana. What am I doing next turn? Nothing. This is just bad. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for. Maybe like as long as people are hanging out and we're doing stuff and things are fun. That sounds pretty good. Oh my gosh, guys, look at my Super Boar. I drew Super Boar. This thing is so cool. It has 6/6 trample. Oh, and I saw this online. You have to actually scroll. There's a little scroll bar to get all the text in. Are you guys seeing that? The little scroll bar. I saw someone else doing that. It was spectacular. All right, now we're going to get one of the cards out of their hand. We're going to gain 2 life. It's pretty bad, but
I'll have to order 20.
Whatever. I just want to be able to get to play this silly boar and start doing a lot of damage. Oh, dude, I got rid of a Veraska in their hand. That seems pretty good. I'm still very far behind, though. I really wish I had an extra mana to be able to sacrifice this Planeswalker to Heart Fire something.
To obfuscate.
All right, we're doing it. Just Borgod stabilize the battlefield, or yeah, Borgod stabilize the battlefield. By the way, combo Borgod with the Tidebearer Giant. Just start drawing cards over and over again. Yeah, I'm based in Los Angeles, same as same city as like Josh and Jimmy and some other people. And I am live. That's right. Here to talk to all you fine people. Oh my gosh, they're just swinging all out. What do I do? I mean, I guess no fear. Take out the big thing. Am I missing anything? When invading enters the battlefield, amass 2. They're just trying to race me? I think they're just trying to race me. They threw away like their 4-power dude? Oh my gosh. Alright. So let's see here. I can put a creature card from my hand on the battlefield, tapped and attacking, return that creature to be into the next end step. If it dies, how much life? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I'm facing down a lot of death. I think that one of my best decisions is going to be killing this Gorger immediately, and this is an instant speed. I'll hold that up, and then there's no reason not to do this, because aren't we here to just do awesome things? Oh yes, they're on a 2-turn clock. Yes. Go, Boar, go. Oh no, Chandra. Hang on, what does Chandra do? Whenever exile the top card of your library, exile. That's fine, whatever more. Okay. So they're gonna ping me for some damage.
Take 'em out.
Loyalty counters are reserved from that. I'm not really afraid of Chandra. I mean, I'd be afraid of Chandra if it's a lot of... Oh no, that could be bad late next turn. So I'm planning on blocking and killing something. Yeah, I'm planning on blocking, killing that, and then 10ing them for the win. They have Sarkhan's Catharsis in their hand. I'm only down to there. They only have 1 card in hand. I don't need to block. Yeah, I should block. If I'm planning on killing that anyways, I should block and then kill that. Yes. Submit this guy. And then Borgod's gonna get there. And then I'm gonna read some of your guys' messages so that I can actually multitask like a boss. 1 attacker. Put the giant onto the battlefield. Oh, it's like you to attack. Giant onto the battlefield. 10 you. Yes. Alright, that was me playing a little bit sloppy. Super far behind, but when you have a mythic, you end up winning the game all the time. It's pretty good. Alright, I'm not as good at streaming as everyone else, so I need to actually go back and like read some things that people are saying, because if I'm not like interacting with you guys, I mean, it just doesn't even make any sense, right? Okay. I am excited about Oathbreaker. I need to play a few games to actually put some stuff together. It might be a very niche format, and so I don't know if a lot of people will be interested in it, but I will actually make some content on it when I have some time, so that's going to be good. I'm super duper excited about all the commanders in this format because there's a ton of them that are really, really good. And I already have 1 deck tech coming out tomorrow, and another one coming out either Friday or over the weekend, depending upon other stuff. Right now, I'm playing some of this. I'm playing a black-red sealed deck because I convinced Wizards of the Coast that I was a streamer. No, they know that I primarily upload YouTube videos and stuff like that, but they were like, here, take a VIP account. So you might notice I have a bajillion gems, and if I were to build a standard deck, I could have every card in this collection because it's like a super unlocked account. And so I like playing sealed, so I might as well come on over here. And then let's see what I got going on right here. Well, another very mediocre hand. This is not a good hand to have nothing going on. Okay, this is a way better hand. This is a way better hand. Look at this curve. And I go first. No, I need action. All right. So this is sealed right now, and I've been really enjoying. I've only played a little bit, but I've already been really enjoying it. The Planeswalkers are a fun piece of the puzzle, but they're not really overwhelming. I think I don't need to be that aggressive, but I want to keep this alive. I'm just going to go for this conch, and then next turn I can either trade away or use Sorin's Thirst to be able to get damage through, because otherwise this conch is just sitting on defense, and I have no top end right now. Zach asked what the most power level commander that I've been super surprised about. Okay, well that thing is gonna for sure die. But is this instant speed? Yes, it is. I've actually been super impressed by Oketra. Oketra is insane. Have you guys seen that? We might be able to pull up. Okay, this seems fine. Again, I want to keep attacking. This is going to get bigger. I think that this is fine, but I'm also going to go out of my way to kill this before it gets any bigger. I know that this really limits my conch, but I think that's okay, because I've seen this Spellgorger weird. I have one in my deck go crazy, and that's really good. Yeah, Oketra is insane. It's a 5-mana god that whenever you play a creature spell, don't worry, you can attack my hand. That's fine by me. I got nothing in here.
Let's tidy up.
The problem is that they're going to get so many cards and I'm going to take damage each time. Oh, just kidding. I have nothing going on in my hand. So Oketra, by the way, 5 mana, mono white commander. It's got double strike, and whenever I think it's got double strike, I think it's a 3/6. And whenever you play a creature spell, you just make a 4/4 black zombie. Like I was talking about White Weenie, how it's really hard to make a deck. That's how you make a deck, is just by having White Weenie go crazy, making 4/4s over and over and over again. It's insane. Should I? Well, I might as well make target creature not be able to block, right? And then I'm just gonna 2-turn clock them. That seems good, right? Just make them have something else to 2-turn clock them. I know that this Davriel is gonna be pretty annoying. Just keep on dealing me damage, but I don't know. I feel like they just need to do something against my current board. Let's see here. I have found Planeswalkers to actually be really fun in this format, and my exposure to this format is super duper limited. It's just been a couple of games, but for example, Davriel right here, like got a card out of my hand, is doing a little bit of damage, but let's just pretend it's like a 2/2 unblockable if I never attack it. So 2/2 unblockable for 3. That's fine. You know what I mean? And it's so easy to get off the battlefield if I have more creatures that its limitations are kind of kept in check a lot. So I'm not really too afraid of this. Yeah, that's fine. Just 2 damage to me. This is great. Do I kill something? Let's actually read what this one does. This one can't be blocked by creatures as long as it's your turn. Or its first strike, sacrifice another creature, gets +2/+7 until end of turn. So let's just kill this one so that it can't get bigger and block, and then they're going to be chumping at this point in time. And now I have an amassed creature. Yes! Alright. Clearly I'm amazing at sealed, and you guys should all take all of your advice from me. Alright. I realize now, like when I was doing this, I should probably just show you the deck so that you actually know what's going on in here. So you're not just walking into nothing. So I got a few 2-drops. I really like this 2-drop, this Vampire Opportunist, because in the late game it'll just drain people out. It's crazy. Sorin's Thirst is pretty good. Heat Fire, Jaya's Greeting, and Angrass Rampage. You can see all the removal we have here. I might have too much little removal, but going over into black, I don't have very many other cards, like Combat, Trick, and Operative. Actually, I should probably trade in an Operative for this thing. See, you guys are already making my deck better. I got this Spark Reaper. Ooh, I got Krenko. That's pretty good, right? I got this Conch that's pretty good. I also have a Davriel, which is just fine. Good removal. Turd Ogre is solid. Angrath is solid. But I start actually doing some good stuff when I get the Boar out, when I get these Tidebreaker Giants and Ugin. Those are the ones that are actually doing some good job for this deck. These Tidebreaker Giants are actually surprisingly good. I've been really, really enjoying them. Ugin, if unanswered immediately, is like really hard. One thing to deal with. One thing that's good though is that there's a lot of answers to Ugin. You know, I'll kill something or I'll tick it up, and people very often have like a Heartfire for it, or like an Ingrass Rampage, or all of these different answers. So I feel like my Ugin is not this like slam dunk, I'm winning everything. Instead, I feel like it is actually pretty easy to answer it. Okay, so I don't quite know the whole set inside and out to know what my top cards for this is. I might be able to go back and look at them eventually. But some of the cards that I've really, really liked are... what was it? I really like the Destroy a Thing and Ramp. The one with the Seb McKinnon art on it. I know that it's not a great description of it. I think it's 1 black, black, green for destroy something and then get a land on the battlefield. I think that that's perfect for Commander. We always want ramping. We want ramping sort of in the bigger parts of the game. Like we want to ramp to 6 and 7 and 8. So that actually becomes important for us. I love when they make cards that are specifically just really solid for Commander. I have a 2-play and a 4-drop if I get lands. This is really top-end heavy, but I have some of my best cards in here and a 2-drop, so I'm going to keep it. Hello, friends. Now, see, look at me. I've always had it. Always had the ability to draw lands. Was Bleeding Edge the thing that I cut? I have a lot of removal, and I'm a little bit afraid of the double black for that one. Although I have other double black spells. I have thought about doing EDH gameplay videos, and I've actually tried filming some of them, and it's incredibly difficult. I think a lot of other people make it, I don't know, maybe they make it look easy, or maybe they are just better at it than me, but I don't know. I think it's really, really difficult to make compelling gameplay. And so I don't know if I can do a good job about it, and I've tried a few times. I'm really, really happy that my opponent has done nothing. Especially because I've drawn some lands, so I'll be able to go hopefully 4, 5, 6. Vraska's pretty good. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a player or Planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Yeah, so I'm going to send this in and take out this 4/3, and if not, it's going to get bigger. That's going to make me feel good. Okay. Trading, you know, half of Vraska for this 4/3 is going to be great. Growing it into a 2/2 is also going to be really good too. Yep, that makes me feel great. And then now let's just play out my own 4/4. And then hopefully I can get up into the upper reaches. Massacre Girl feels really good. I want her in my Muldrotha deck, which I'm super excited about. I actually want her in a few different decks. I think she's really great. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Everyone, I just got destroyed. Solar Blaze just blew me out. What just happened? Okay, let's regroup. Everything's going to be okay. I have 6 mana for my Giant or my Sorin. Target player, they can't gain life. My Vraska's just chilling there. Okay, so Ugin is fine, but it doesn't really impact the board as much as I want to, so I'm going to save Ugin for next turn. And then maybe this might be able to you know, answer this thing right here. I heard a few people talking about Feather in the chat. Feather is awesome. I have a deck tech about Feather. Hopefully you guys like it, because it's gonna be talking and geeking out about Feather, but also it's gonna be pulling back a little bit and saying like, well, hey, this is one of the best Boros commanders. What just happened again? Sorry, it's very hard to exchange control of 2 permanents that share a permanent type. Oh my gosh, they could have they could have taken my Ugin and changed it with a Tybalt, which would have been just one of the best things ever. Okay, so if I put Ugin out and starts ticking it up, I can still block this Tithe Breaker. I think I'm going to do that.
Recklessness and fear are the seeds of desire.
I think also...
Secrets manifest before you.
I think also I'm going to sacrifice a creature, sacrifice this thing. Wait, no. Target that, sacrifice that, and then kill his devil. And then the devil will probably end up killing Vraska, and that's fine, or pinging this down. I don't want to give them another creature that they can use for a lot of the damage-based spells that they have in this format. I just kind of want to clear the board because Ugin is going to take over the board. Okay. Back to Feather. Feather is great, and I'm super happy for WOTC to be making a really awesome Planeswalker, or really awesome Boros General. They've been doing a really good job pushing in the right direction, like good everything. But in the video, I am going to be saying, well, let's pull back a little bit and find out exactly what the weaknesses are of this. Dang it! Yeah, that's fine. What are the weaknesses? Like, what are we doing to actually, like, impact Feather? I'm going to take out Tybalt because there's Proliferate in this game. There's all sorts of weird stuff. Tithe Bearer is actually going to be getting me back into this game pretty well. Right now, I don't think I'm going to build Feather because everyone's going crazy about Feather, so I'm not going to be focusing on that. I'm excited about some of the gods going into the 99 of some of my decks. Kefnet is really cool. Oketra is really great. The green Ronus is the one that doubles up everything, right? The power, that's one's amazing too. So I haven't quite figured out. I think if you have a counter, it should count this, bro. Not bro. Harand. Is there any reason to keep... Yeah, there probably is. Okay. And all of the Planeswalkers did get new voice lines for War, so there's a lot of cool, interesting stuff going on in this set for sure. Kefnet is insane. Oh, I forgot about Niv Mizzet. Niv Mizzet is so good. Oh my gosh. I'm just super impressed with this entire set. I'm just really excited, everyone. All right, let's make Angrath get angry. This Vampire Opportunist might turn out to be really good. The Hazoret is... So Hazoret is on there. No escape. Counter target creature, spell, or Planeswalker. If that's... sure. There is a red one that's pretty... A red Planeswalker dude that's pretty good. Oh, Tulsimur is cool too. Gosh, this set is... I hope you guys are all really hyped about this set because I am. Victory! You put up a good fight, but I actually drew all of my top end and curved out. I kept a greedy keep, everyone. I kept a very greedy hand and ended up going all the way up my chain to my most powerful cards. All right, and we finished this sealed, and now I'm going to put a poll up and find out what you guys want to do, because that's what we're here for, right? To hang out and to find out what everyone wants to do. So, straw poll. The options are War Sealed, War Standard, or all right. Let's create this poll. And oh no, hang on. How did I screw up this poll? I guess I did. What? All right, let's get put the URL in here. All right, there's a straw poll. You guys can vote what we want to do. In the meantime, let's open packs. Guys, this is going to be the most anticlimactic packet opening you've ever seen. Oh, look at my rare. It's gems. Let's open up another pack, shall we? Maybe I'll get a mythic this time. Oh, what are we going to get? Oh, it's more gems. Sorry, opening up the packs sucks because the account that they gave me just has every, like here's the mythic rare War of the Spark. Like it just has 4 of every copy of every card. So so it's really, no, but it's one thing that's really good is that you don't have to mess around to build a deck. If you want to build a deck with all the mythics, you can build a deck with all the mythics. And we can talk about all the mythics too. Mardu Aristocrats should be pretty fun. As people are voting over there, I will, I'll just kind of talk a little bit about what's going on. Did I share the vote? Let's see here. Cool. Okay. Setting up this. All right. Yeah, I voted, but nothing happened too. Did I somehow screw this up? How can I screw this up? It's just a straw poll, right? Hang on. Chat will tell me what's going on. Why isn't it telling? Did I like... All right. We're doing it again, I guess. War sealed. Okay, create poll. All right, now if I want to share this poll, I copy this URL and then I tell people, oh, it's working now? Okay, so I will go back to the old poll and I will not create this one. Okay, cool. It's totally working now. No one wants to play Standard. Come on, Standard people. Someone's got to go in there and do some stuff. There's someone's got to do Standard. We might end up doing Seal. Unfortunately, there's no draft option because draft is my favorite thing to do. While we wait a little bit for this poll to happen, I just want to talk about some of the mythics that are here. And actually, we can do rares and mythics, and then I think I can search legendary. Totally. All right, and we'll wait a few minutes before we start a sealed, and I can give you some hot takes on this stuff. Tamik, you know, this is going to be, this could be cool in some other like cube stuff that I'm interested in, but it's just another hate bear, and it's only going to be good in some of your formats. God Eternal Oketra is something I'm really excited about. I think that it's super flexible, has a lot of different There's a lot of potential for doing something really, really good. So this is something I'm excited about. Expect a deck tech about that one. Fibblethip, I think, is super cool, and there's a lot of people that really want to play it, and I think that it has a place in... It's actually surprisingly good in a lot of formats, but in ours, I don't know how good it's going to be. God Eternal Kefnet, oh my gosh, so good. You may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Whenever you reveal an instant or sorcery card this way, copy that card. You may cast the copy. The copy costs 2 less to cast. Insane. The old... Oh, shoot. There's an old commander that was an old school Izzet commander that used to cast stuff off the copy of your library if it's an instant or sorcery and copy it. Someone's going to put it in chat what I'm talking about. And then, but that one was like always, you had to jump through a little bit too many hoops. It just wasn't as good as you wanted to. But I think that God Eternal Kefnet will be better than you think. It's just super good. People want a Nicol Bolas deck. I like the sound of that. God Eternal Bantu is insane. I also really want this in my Muldrotha deck because it's just so much card draw that you need. Yeah, it was Melik Izzet Paragon. Good call, Angelo. Yeah, everyone. You guys all know your commanders out there. Bantu, I think, is just going to be super good. Just like, hey, I have a Bitter Blossom, or I have like Thrall tokens or zombie tokens or anything, and you just turn that into card draw. It's just insane. It's just so good. Massacre Girl, I already made a deck on her. I think that she's sneaky good. Krenko, unfortunately not as good as the real Krenko, but we can always use powerful goblins, and so that's going to be really solid anyways. This Neheb, I think, is more of a role player. It's really fun, fits in other Neheb decks really well, but it might be difficult to leverage it to do everything that you want. The Boar is fun, reminds me of Atali, and we should have fun, red aggressive decks like sneak attack decks. This feels like a sneak attack type general, and so I could imagine a sneak attack deck that would be very, very fun to play with this one. I have heard so many people talking about Oathbreaker. It seems like there's a lot of stuff going on with that. Okay, we're capped out probably at our votes, and it looks like we're going to do sealed. So we're going to head on over there and do some sealed right now. And after I talk really, really quickly about some of these other legendaries, just to scratch the itch of those commander people. And also, I'm here with all of you. I want to do some of that anyways. God Eternal Ronus, I think, is going to be super fun in a lot of different decks, especially like Xenagos decks or any of the Power Matters decks. Think of Grathama or even Selvala, stuff like that. God Eternal, get big. There we go. Get big so people can see it. Okay, it's a 5/5 death touch, but when it enters the battlefield, double the power of each other creature you control until end of turn, and they gain vigilance. I actually think this is going to be really fun in a lot of things. I might try it out in Cube. It's really hard to get green 5-drops in Cube, but I think that this might prove to be really, really worthwhile. People are talking about Oath of Kaya, Ronus, new Ronus, all sorts of good stuff, man. Planeswalkers are cool. Storev, this is probably, my face is probably overlapping Storev, but that's fine. It's a 4-mana 5/4 trample. When it deals damage to a player Planeswalker, you can return to your hand target creature Planeswalker card from your graveyard that wasn't put there this combat. It's not as good as Marin, but the fact that you can get Planeswalkers back, I really like that. So I'm thinking about making a Golgari Planeswalker deck. Feather, insane. People are a little bit overhyped about it, and they need to know what they're getting into first. Tulsimir, when I did a test run with my patrons, we did a Tulsimir deck. It's a little bit tricky too, because there aren't a lot of wolves, and some of the wolves are really bad, but you embrace the wolves, you embrace a little bit of green splashing white, it's going to be a really fun deck. This Apex Hybrid, I can't see it leading a deck, especially because when it dies, proliferate. I just hate that so much, that when it dies rather than when it leaves the battlefield. I know we don't want to make it broken for all the other formats, but it just sucks for Commander. And then finally, Niv Mizzet Reborn. Oh my gosh. I just kind of want to live in Magical Christmas Land where I trigger everything. And when it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each color pair, choose a card that's exactly those colors from among them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Also, one thing that's cool is that I might be dabbling in some competitive EDH, CEDH, and Niv Mizzet could replace General Tazri for sort of like a food chain combo, which could be really, really fun as well. And then finally, we have Ugin over here, going to be solid include. All right, let's go back over to sealed, because, yep, the poll dictated that we should do sealed, and I totally agree. Someone asked about, PD asked about my cube tutor list. I do technically have one, although it is not updated, which makes me very sad. But it's actually surprisingly close to the online one. So if you look up the Magic Online one, it should be really good. Let's see what I got here. Okay. This is best of one, so the Elder Spell, I don't think it's good enough to include. This Krenko could be fine, but not great. I think Dreadhorde Butcher is really, really cool, but we need to be devoted red-black because its power level falls off significantly if you're not playing it on turn 2, and we don't have a lot of the mana that you would have in Standard to be able to play it on turn 2. I don't know what this land is. 3/3 Citizen with Vigilance. It's still a land. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature and planeswalker you control. It's fine. We're very spoiled by having like Mutavault and Mishra's Factory, and so Mobilized District feels a little bit underwhelming. This blew me out, so this is great. Hopefully I can splash for that. Just board wipes are really solid in this format. And I got a Planeswalker. Yay! Unfortunately, Ral can go in the blue-red spells deck. Okay, I'm not seeing a direction. Excuse me. I'm not seeing a direction based on our rares. I wonder what our uncommons are, but we're just going to look at the critical mass of cards we have. I don't really like any of this stuff. Create a wall. Yeah. Arcades people, though. Arcades should be pretty happy about that. Make 2 walls. Give us hexproof. That's pretty cool. This Sergeant, the Wanderer, is like a mediocre removal spell. Okay, white looks pretty not good. Blue looks weak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in blue. Yeah, not having it. I got 1 Cruelty. That seems good. Okay, black is something that could be okay, but it's not something I'm super excited about. Let's look at red. The Pyro Helix is good. Jaya's Greetings. Okay, so I have 2 solid removal spells. I have this Rager, which seems okay. I mean, combat tricks. Do I have enough creatures to support this strategy? I don't know. I got a Jaya up here. That'd be pretty cool. I like Jaya dealing damage. So it looks like I have a lot of the ability to deal damage. This Dreadhorde Twins is pretty good. Okay, red seems pretty solid. What do I have in green? A Crunch Wrangler. Wrangle that Crunch. Just fine. Okay. Got a Wolf. Evolution Sage. By the way, friends. Let's take a look at Evolution Sage and just have a collective cringe for what's going to happen to all of us when we see this card in our format. 2 and a green for a 3/2. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Oh my gosh, all the +1/+1 counters, all the planeswalkers. This is just going to be crazy. We have so much ramp in our format too. It's going to be insane. Kaya's Ghost Form. I don't know what that is, and I could go and look it up, but I'm going to do that a little bit later. Awaken the Vitu-Ghazi. Wrangle that Crunch. Okay. Yengu, Wildcrafter. I think that this is going to be solid and limited, giving us a little bit of ramp, giving us a little bit of cards. So green looks... I like this. By the way, I really like this Stinger. 3 mana 2/2 Death Touch. It feels like there can be some big creatures in here. Centaur Nurturer seems fine. Okay. This green seems fine. It seems like very average going creatures. Our blue seemed horrible, so that's not going to work. Our blue seemed horrible, so Ral will have to definitely splash. Okay, this Prowler is pretty good. Vrask is pretty good. This Blaze, can we... How was our red and white? Because that Blaze is very, very good. Ooh, that's a fun card. This is a great card, guys. Merfolk Skydiver? It's a 2/2 flyer for 2 with an activated ability that has you proliferate. That's insane. Okay. Whoa. No. This is bad fixing. Ugin's... Oh. This is great. This is amazing. All right. I got a solid first card in my deck already. So getting a 2-mana 2/2, 3-mana 3/3 is just going to be fine. And it's not a downside. If damage would be dealt to it, you just remove those +1/+1 counters. It does make it very, very delicate. You can't just like easily win combat. Many of you might be used to those older ones where if it was dealt damage, remove 1 +1/+1 counter, prevent that damage. Remember the phantom things like Phantom Centaur, Phantom Nishobu? I don't know, the weird big cat one, cat wolf thing. So this isn't that good, but it could just trade away pretty easily. I'm just going to put it in there now and hopefully things are fine. I'm thinking red-green because red seemed fine and green seemed like it had those middling creatures. Black seemed okay too. Okay, I'm going to start adding my creatures into here. Let's just see what a red-green deck looks like. That looks good. That looks bad. I got 2 giant growths? Yeah! Let's do it. Let's put a wolf in there, a sage in there, a Yangu in there. Ramp? I don't know. That thing... Oh, I have 2 of those. That's fine. Big old creatures? Sure. Now what does this look like if I add a red in? That's fine. That's fine. 2 drops are okay. All right. 37 cards. Can I splash white? I can splash Vraska. Can I splash white off of New Horizons and another land? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half, 12, 13, 14. Okay. This does not seem like a very good deck. Let's see what let's see what chat has to say about what I've put together here. Let's see here. Take out Jaya. Jaya deals 2 damage to any target, and it starts at 5 loyalty. I can kill 2 things. I like Jaya. Let's see what the black... I do agree that the black was pretty okay. Let's see what the black I'm missing. I like this card. I got 2 of those. 2, 3, 4. It's fine. 5, 6. 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, black is... You guys are right. Black is better. Black is way better. Mobilized District is really good. Okay, I think that this red is fine, but the red represents my removal. And the black that I have is going to be way better. Especially because I didn't quite realize that I had 2 giants and 2 of these Herald of the Dread Hordes, because I think that both of those could be really good. We have 2 of those as well. Those could be really good too. And I have 41, and I still have a leftover. I don't need that. left over one of that's pretty good. Yeah, I do plan on making a competitive deck in the future because I have a competitive deck now. So I am going to make it, but it might not be very soon. It might be in the far future. It's a lot of top end. But I do have the ability to ramp right here. I actually think that I'm going to cut... Let's see here. Wolf's fine. It's pretty average. That thing's fine. That thing's fine. Actually, this deck seems pretty good. I don't like that Conjurer anymore. I kind of like the Giant Growths, especially with the number of creatures that I have in here. I think I actually like this New Horizons to get me... I already have 41. Okay, well, the smart decision is to... the smart decision is to probably get rid of this Hippo. Because just a plain old 5-mana 5/4 is fine. This is probably pretty mediocre. Yeah, I'll cut the Hippo. That way I only have 4 top end. Ah! Come back! What did I click? Oh, I just separated them. Okay, good. I know, it's such a cute hippo, though. Have you guys seen this hippo? It's so great. Look, it even looks happy. I love that hippo so much. All right, someone wants the Elder Spell in. I do not think that Elder Spell should be in here. Let's try and imagine what Elder Spell would go in for. Elder Spell would probably replace a Giant Growth. So we'll just keep in our mind if one of the Giant Growths... What if one of the Giant Growths was an Elder Spell? And we'll see. Sacrifice a creature if you control the land of Planeswalker. I don't like Edict effects very much, especially in a format that has a mass. I feel like they just hit a 1/1 way too often. Way too often. That's too limited. Let's do this. All right. How are we doing? Splash for... I don't think that... I don't have any... Guys, I have no fixing whatsoever, and this is not fixing. Actually... Add 1 mana of any color. Add 1 mana of any color. I do have fixing. Add 1 mana of any color. Stop it. Stop it. It's a bad idea to try and go out of the way to do fixing. What should I... If I could do fixing, what should I splash? Attacks, put a +1 counter. This is not... This coming out after turn 4 when I have the fixing isn't going to be very good. This is sealed right now. Giant Cranko. No, Cranko is not going to be good. All right, we're done. We're submitting this. Okay, I'll put in District. Let's make it... I do have double black for a removal spell, but overall my stuff is green. My fixing is green. Yeah. District is a good call. I think that it actually might be pretty good. District in. The Simic Flyer is very good, but I don't think it's very good on a splash, for sure. Splash red and white for that Wrath. It sounds good. All right. Yep. We'll see where this goes. And there is a lot of ramp, but one thing that's good is that 2 of those pieces of ramp, the Planeswalker and the Death Touched guy, are pretty good on their own without ramping in anything. The ramp that I'm questionable about are those 2/4s. I do like that they gain me life, and 2/4s are a good way of clogging up the board. I love this hand, so I will keep it. So you're right. I could probably cut one of those 2/4s, and I might even want to have one of those 2/4s in instead of Crunch or this thing. Probably Crunch, and I'll trade away for that. I might have wanted to cut one of those 2/4s. Ooh, Saheeli's good. I made a standard deck with Saheeli in it. All right. Let's kill this and pressure Saheeli. ugh, when it dies, it deals 1 damage to any target, so it's going to kill it. That's awful. So instead, I just threaten Saheeli. I guess I'll threaten Saheeli. This could be a very dangerous Planeswalker. They just play a couple spells and then suddenly it blanks my entire board. It's pretty bad.
Do not mistake.
Yeah, the 2/4 Naga Fixer in Amonkhet was okay. It wasn't that bad. I think I am sad that I want to do this, but it's much more important that we curve out. Oh my gosh, it targets a Planeswalker. Ah, I didn't know that. So, you guys might have been used to the assassin that you had in, like, I think it was in Khan's block, there was an assassin. And so, like, just in my head, I put in that this is just another assassin, things that are death damage, it dies. But I didn't realize that it actually kills a Planeswalker, too. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, Soul Diviner. Remove a counter from an artifact, creature, land, or Planeswalker you control to draw a card. That seems very good. 2 mana, 2/3. Seems quite good. But I'm going to get in for some damage. Because I'm going to be playing 2 2/2s. So if he blocks and trades or kills that, that's fine. I think that this Rager is going to be awkward no matter what. Yeah, so the Rager is going to trade for this, and that's fine. Or he'll take out my Crunch. It's fine too. Yeah. Because I'm going to start, like, getting my Amass on. Like, this is going to be able to trade right here and Amass, and this is just a really solid 2-for-1. Oh my gosh. Scry 4, draw 2. Jeez. Let's see here. All right. He's got, don't worry, Kaya's over here. He's got to scry a lot. But they're definitely refilling their hand significantly. I feel pretty lucky to get both of those uncommons off the battlefield. Although this Soul Diviner, I mean, it is a rare, so I think it's pretty good though. Oh, they could just remove that and kill it. It's so good. And I can't. All right. I feel like I need to get in with some damage. Let's see, if they double block, that's fine. If they block, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm actually pretty happy if they do anything. But what I think they're going to do, what I think they should do is block and then take the token off and draw a card. Because this is so worth a card. For me, I'm going to... This feels like such a better attacker, even though I'm just as mana efficient playing this. I'm just as mana efficient playing this as another thing, and if I draw black mana, I might be able to do more stuff. Yeah, why didn't they block and do that before? I feel like these are good attackers at the point too. Do I play CEDH? That's competitive Magic. I have played it before. I don't really have a play group right now for it, but every so often people come with really competitive decks. So yes, I will play some competitive every so often. And I currently have a competitive deck that I haven't made a video on, and so I am going to make a video on that. And I'm tempting Josh. I think I'm going to get Josh invested in some competitive EDH too. What on earth is this? Enter the God Eternals. Deals 4 damage to target creature, and you gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their battle graveyard, amass 4. They killed something, they gained life, and they made a 4/4 for 5 mana. That feels awful. What happened? And they didn't mill. They milled not a single land. Okay. Well, I don't have good attacks anymore. So I think I'm going to play this and grow my crunch. Yeah. And my blocks are better than my attacks, so we're just going to let my opponent keep drawing cards and playing their rares and slowly killing me. I'm going to keep my commander a secret for now for CEDH, and I'll tell you later. Because I'm thinking about tempting Josh to like do something with me about CDH. So we're just gonna keep all of this. I'm gonna try to convince him or actually, the Lab Maniacs are really, really cool people. And so I'm gonna try and collaborate with Lab Maniacs a little bit to play a game with them. I don't think I can get Josh and Jimmy involved in that, but I think that I can do some stuff, so I want to keep all my options open for sure. Okay, each creature. All right, let's look at the board state a little bit. I have a giant growth, which is really good. There's no way I can really threaten their life total. If I come in with a 6/5, what would they block with? They just have a lot of stuff. 5? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would I be okay trading? So this actually just gets in for damage, or they can chump it. So that seems fine. And then if I can ever grow this Crunch Wrangler a little bit, then that's going to be good too. So we're just going to keep trying to 6 them. And then what I really want to do... I really want to kill that Soul Diviner, but I can't. So we're going to just try and play a few of these out. And then our game plan right here is going to be to keep 6ing them. Hopefully we can trade away with this Herald to grow this. But this Challenger Troll is going to be a really important part of our strategy. Yeah, the 6/5 is the 6/5 could be blocked, but it would essentially they'd have to chump it. And so I was wondering about, well, what would their attacks back be? First strike, first strike. It's giving all of them first strike. This one has first strike. Okay. So let's just... sacrifice another creature. It gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And it has first strike? That's awful. Maybe I should have killed that. Alright, let's double block the Menace one and take 4. Yeah. I'm also not threatened right now, so that seems pretty good. The on-crop. Invader is so good. Let's see what other people are saying. Should have... Regrets for not running Krenko right now, because I could have been... Because is it by power? Unlikely aid? No! That's totally fine. You can kill my Crunch, whatever. If you kill my Dreadhorde, I'm super happy. Yeah, but you didn't. Ooh. Okay. I think I want to kill this thing. Yeah. So I'm going to kill this thing because I hate it. And it's awful. Get out of here. That'll let me amass 2, which means that this can only be blocked by 1 creature. That's fine. What did they take? Yeah. So this means that these could only be blocked by 1 creature because it has power 4 or greater. And then that means that I can attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're attacking with everything. 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's do it. They might have bounce. Don't want to get blown out. Kill spells. Let's put it on that. All right. We did it. Oh yeah, spike feeders are cool people too. I just haven't, like, I've messaged them a few times and like we've talked online, but I haven't like done anything with Lab Maniacs. Like I've seen them at conventions and like hung out and talked with them and played some games, and it was pretty cool. Spike feeders are cool guys too, so that might be something fun. I don't know where they live though. I think they live far away from me. Yeah, I'm not sure. The idea of the professor playing CEDH, that might be a stretch. He's a very busy man. If he ever wants to play CEDH, I might not even be the right person to take him into that world, you know, because I might need a guide myself. But that would be. I actually think that anything dealing with the professor would be really fun. So. That's not really an issue. Oh, I love this hand. It's great. Keep. Get ramp and all sorts of stuff. Get wolves. So that mastery tree thing that you saw is a... all of these accounts when we started it up are like beginner accounts. They have everything like brand new. So Sparky came out in the beginning, was like, let me teach you how to play Magic. And so part of it too is the beginning experience is that mastery tree where you get more and more cards. Let's see here. Wolf. Definitely gain some life, ramp me. Sounds good. That mastery tree is kind of cool because as you play different games and you start winning games, you can start filling out different spots and getting some commons, and they start sort of upgrading your deck as you go. Which I think is really, really cool, because if you're playing these lower level decks, sometimes you just get these random cards, and they don't really contribute to your deck. So the idea of, I'm going to build my collection just game by game by game, but then also once you have a real collection, you don't have to deal with that mastery tree and just having single cards open over and over again, would be very cool. Spike figures are from Winnipeg, Canada. Canada land, apparently. Okay, what do I want? Well, the first thing I want to do, just so badly, even though it might not be good, is I want to play this, and I want to definitely just grow my Vraska right there. And then I really don't want to trade that away.
Fighting here is more fun than in the Undercity.
I just really didn't want to trade them away for a stupid amass token. That sounds really, really bad. I've seen Merfolk in CDH. No, I don't think that you can. Jacob, thank you so much for joining me. I'm very happy that there's so many. I have like 300 people watching me right now. That makes me really happy. Thank you for joining me, everyone. That makes me super excited. All right. Okay, so this seems totally worth it. Let's take out this thing, and then I get to grow these both to 2/2s. Let's grow these to 2/2s, and then I don't want to kill...
Store my trophies.
I'm gonna kill... I might kill Vraska later to make a death touch dude, but for now, just growing these are gonna be way, way better than getting another 1/1. I'm really glad that I did get to... Excuse me. Get to populate that thing for a little bit. Okay. Let's go attacking again. We're just gonna send everything in. And yeah, they're gonna... I think I'm fine with that trade. I'm gonna save my giant growth for another time.
Nobody appreciates my handiwork.
And then we're going to play this centaur thing so that we can make sure that to play the Tidebreaker Giant next turn. I had a ton of fun on the command zone. I'm glad that I was able to gain some more balance in my life, spend more time like actually doing work and stuff like that. I'm still super behind and stressed out, but right now it's spring break. Woo, spring break. Enters the battlefield. If you control another controller, cool. So I actually do get some fun time right now. I feel super good about my position right now. Okay, let's attack. Let's attack with everything. One, two, three, four, five. So now in this situation, I really wanted to play that Tidebreaker Giant, but I'm fine playing the Wolf. Grows this now.
I'm an artist.
So now I have a 4/4. They're at 6. And now I think that there's very little that they can do to get out of this situation right now. All right. Oh. Hello, Nicholas, in Switzerland. You have a very beautiful country. It's been a while since I've visited, but it's one of my favorite places in Europe. Thrasios anything would be very good in CDH. Yeah, the partner commanders are really, really good. And I use it all the time. I do have a Muldrotha deck, Rio, and it's basically a lands matter deck. It's only... So it's like Sultai lands. I made a Tasigur deck about Sultai lands at one point in time, and just Tasigur was fine, but Muldrotha was just a crucible of worlds if I really needed to play them from the graveyard, so it turned out to be way better. So that's my Muldrotha deck. It's all lands. It puts incredible amounts of lands on the battlefield, animates them into creatures, has, you know, some recursion value in there. It's just super fun to play. Dark Depths combo, things like that. I was actually... So GP or Magic Fests. The next one that I'm on the fence about is going up to the Magic Fest Seattle. My wife has family in Seattle, and so I was for sure going to go up there, but then we have a vacation that's like right around there, and so my wife's not sure if she can take time off work. So I don't actually know if that's going to happen. The next one that I'm positive for, that I even already have a hotel booked for, is Grand Prix Vegas. Sorry, Magic Fest Vegas. That's going to be my next big trip that I'm like for sure going to go to. This seems slow, but I'm going to keep it because I have 3 lands and a reasonable curve. I think it's actually... Paul, you say you have 5 CDH decks. For me, that sounds so difficult because CDH requires like things to be just super exact. Like you need this card, like you need to do it well, like you need this fast ramp, you need this spell, we need that card. And it's just been really difficult for me to be able to put all of those together all the time. And so let's put in the list. Okay, they made 2 creatures. We are going to... We're going to make a dude. Let's see here. Better commander, Freyleys or Azuri. I just think it depends on what you want to do. In terms of... No, don't... Hang on. Let me think for a second. Davriel. Sorry. Sometimes it's easy to talk, and now I have to plan things out. Alright, so Davriel's going to hit that. If I want to threaten Davriel, I need to grow Vraska. So I think I want to play Zhang Yanggu next turn so that I can grow this, but then that's just one body. I think this Nurturer might be out of... might not be as important anymore. Okay, back to people saying important things. Okay, so I might have been able to get rid of the land and been just fine. But I think I want to... That district might be able to do something.
You look like a worthy opponent. I will help you through this.
Okay. This way... So right now, that means that if he chumps, he can save Davriel, and that's fine, but then my Planeswalker ends up being saved. And then I can... I don't know. It's tricky.
I don't think you'll be needing that.
I know. Then I'm going to discard that, because this Giant's going to get me back into the battlefield. It's going to get me back into the game, and this Vraska... Although I could have cast the Giant next turn with Zhang Yanggu's ability...
If it's a fight you want...
I don't know. I might have played that one pretty incorrectly. Okay. So let's protect my hand immediately by seeing if I can deal damage. Okay. I successfully protected my hand. Now at this point in time, I feel like this is the right decision. And I feel also like I can cash in... I feel like I can cash in Zhang Yanggu. I will eventually get up to the Tithebreaker Giant, and then this Vraska will be fine for right now. Okay, back to people asking stuff. I think that Freyleys or Azuri, I think Azuri is far more powerful, but that's like the actual better card. Yeah, we're going to kill this. I can't do that. Well, then we're not going to kill it. Are we going to... I think we're just going to start pressuring them. I think Azuri is by far the better card, mono green Azuri. It's a very competitive deck when you can build that up. Like, you can build up a very crazy deck with that. It turns out to be very good. And then we're going to Vraska.
If you see an assassin coming for you,
Azuri deck is really good. Freyleys is fine, but it's just a little bit slow. We are talking about Renegade Leader. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, they got haste. I mean, do I want to trade that? Not really. So I think I'll just let Vraska die at this point in time. Vraska can die, no blocks.
don't be surprised if we meet again.
A lot of people talking about CDH stuff. Well, it turns out I'll be able to play this Tithebreaker Giant eventually. Turned out to be a very bad decision. I'm kidding. It's fine. I actually feel like I'm doing pretty good in this game. I already talked about going to Magic Fest in Seattle, and then probably in Seattle, and for sure in Las Vegas. Atraxa is not on MTG Arena. MTG Arena is only like a certain number of formats, and then they have things that rotate through, which is pretty cool. Muldrotha does Scrapyard Trawler combo, Yeah, that's a big thing right there. Let's see here. I think that Partner was a great idea, and a lot of people think that it was really, really cool. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Wizards doesn't just understand that and bring it back. I think it'd be really good. Okay. Would I be okay trading this with any of these? Yes. Would I be okay with this trading with this and this? Would I be okay with this trade? Probably. The only thing I'm not okay is with this trade, so we're just going to come in like that. Wolf Tribal EDH. I tried to make a Wolf Tribal deck. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that trade too. Just 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Totally fine by me. This was the creature I want to get off the battlefield, but I mean, if I can clear out the board, make myself a 2/2, and then keep deploying out my threats, it's going to be good. Arena has some, yeah, basically just standard cards on it. Wolf Tribal is going to be fun. I'll make a Tulsimir deck pretty soon. Top 2 commanders for War of the Spark. I like Oketra, and I think Feather is just going to be crazy, so that's got to be super good. All right. That's a 3/3. Let's power up the Citizen. Who told me to put the Citizen in my deck? Well, I'm powering it up. If it was a 2/2, I might have been able to get around that. Oh, love this trade, by the way, making this a 4/4. Love this trade. Everything's going pretty well. Let's see here. Oh, what the what? Maxotl, I'm so glad you're enjoying Selvala. It's a crazy deck. They only killed one thing? Ooh. It's a crazy deck, I know, and I've seen a lot more of it. It's super duper fun to play. I'm glad you've been enjoying it for sure. So now there's a 5/6 on the battlefield. That seems bad. So instead, I will attack for 1? It seems... I mean, I'd trade it for the Drake. Like, if they make this trade, I'm happy. And then this 4/5 can... I don't know. Okay. The lower and lower I bring them, the better and better off this could be. So I'm super glad you like Selvala. I already talked a little bit about the top 2 commanders. Vial Smasher's amazing in almost everything. I wish Singleton was also a permanent part of Arena. Singleton is 60 cards, Singleton just in standard, and I put together janky stuff all the time, and it just seems fun. Like, I really think they should put it together as a casual format here, and I would pay like 50 gold every time to play that event. Just, you know, grind out some daily quests and play some Singleton just for fun. I think that'd be really great. Predictions for 2019 precons. No, I can't talk very freely about that kind of stuff. But I might talk later. What is the best bet for 5-color Super Friends? Probably Ramos. Let's see what they did. Nothing. Do I have any good attacks? I have my second black, which is good. If I shrink down this and get a 6/6, then they're suddenly chumping. Okay. I'm wondering if other streamers are actually able to like deal with chat and like play good games of Magic, because this is surprisingly difficult. Okay, so if I shrink this down to a 3/4, that will give me 3 clean attacks pretty well. If they double up on this, that might be bad, but then this is a 6/6, so they'll have to chump at one point in time. I just feel really bad about spending a spell. Like, you know, you spend a spell just to be able to... So I could also kill this, grow this to be a 6/6. And then attack in with the 6/6 and then this, and then they can't... Okay, so I'm going to kill that. I'm going to animate the mobilize thing. Oh, never mind. It costs 4. Just kidding. It cost 3 before because I had this Frasco on the battlefield, maybe? I don't know. And then now, if I attack in, they can't double block. So then he chumps, eats this, and goes to 4? And I still have a 6-powered creature. Instead, I could just kill that. This is rough. I could attack and shrink after damage. That's true. I was hoping to prevent a chump and keep my Death Toucher around. Getting any damage through is going to be really good. I'm still going to have this block. I'm still going to have the 6/6 around. I also thought that I thought that I could animate the Citizen for 3 mana. But that's just kind of what the what the game ends up being. So hopefully he has no way to answer my stuff. But I do have this Citizen that can still get some damage in. All right, let's go back to talking to fun people. I technically have a Twitch account, but like this is a one-time thing, and I don't wanna like funnel people over to Twitch and do all this same Twitch stuff if I'm not gonna be on there and always be doing stuff. So that's why I just hopped on here, and if people are on here, then that's fine. If somehow my schedule changes or my stuff changes, then that would be fine. I might go over onto Twitch. My job, I work in no, this is what I was talking about. It's fine. I work at a school. I'm a school administrator, and so I talk to kids all day and yell at them about their academics and help them get into college and all that good stuff. Okay. But that also means that the benefit of that is that it's spring break right now, and I don't have to be at work, which makes me very happy. Have I tried to click the Bola statue in the background? This one right here? Is this the Bola statue? No, it doesn't seem to be working. Banners. Ooh! The Azorius banner comes to life. I like that. And then this is like the... Sure. Yeah.
If you surrender now, I'll still have
I like these
time
little
for
things.
tea.
Alright, that's fine. Take 2.
Ugh, what a whiner.
Ooh. Enters the battlefield. Other creatures you control gain trample until end of turn. 5 mana. So let's see here. If I attack with both of these... Let's just attack with both of these and see what... Just attack with the Leyline Prowler and see how they do it, because they're going to have to give up their Bantu, basically, or chump block, or go to 2. I'm totally fine with Davriel dealing me 2 damage every turn. Okay. And then that goes to the 3rd one down, and then my job is to kill them before this happens, which I feel like it could be pretty easy when this is a 4/5 trample and I have a 3/3. Alright. No, I actually really like my work. I like talking with high school kids. It's like working in education. You know, you don't make a lot of money doing that, but it's no, don't kill my stuff. This feels very good, though, the situation. But like, I do really like my job.
Struggling?
It's very enjoyable to hang out with kids and talk to them about their lives and kind of just help them out with problems and then problem solve some of their academics. It seems really good. I don't think they should do that. I think they should go to 1 and take out my other guy. down to the wire. I'm going to make Davriel down tick to get rid of this swamp. I've had former students recognize me, but not... Yeah, I thought this was going to be one turn away. Stupid guild globe that got this back faster than I thought. I've had some people recognize me, but for the most part, no one cares. Massacre Girl is awesome. I think she's so cool. I think that that's a really, really, really fun card, and I really want to start throwing it in my decks for sure. I have not personally played Zur Petitioners that I deck teched on, unfortunately. I tried a mill deck and it didn't actually work very well, so I'm really hoping that they add a little bit more to mill to be able to have it be a little bit more resilient. Yeah, you can take my land.
Mind
That's
is
fine.
a terrific thing to waste.
Ooh, Hell Archer says greetings from Russia. That's awesome. I'm so glad you've joined me. You've joined me just for me probably throwing this game away. So we'll see how that goes.
Loneliness can hurt.
All right, so we got a giant. Let's go in. Let's go in for 1 damage. Did they really not have anything else good to play at 3 mana with 4 cards in their hand? That seems so bad. I think that the secret tactic for winning at pre-release is that you need to take all of your previous knowledge and ramp it up a little bit. The removal is way better. There are creatures that are way powerful, and in a lot of I like that I just dealt the damage to him. So you need to just ratchet up all of your evaluations and make them just a little bit more intense, because the cards are just on average better and there's more answers and things are just good. Why did it tap all the green? Okay. Make Davriel discard again or protect my hand. Sure, I'll keep that forest in hand. I'm worried that they are going to take over the game, and I'm going to throw it away. I will be back on game nights one of these days. I have a really good relationship with the Command Zone guys. Josh and I mean, we spent 6 months hanging out together and problem solving stuff, and so he's become a really good friend, which is great. And Jimmy coming back Jimmy's just a cool dude. So even though I haven't spent as much time with Jimmy, we've hung out a few times since then. Why do you have 6/6 tramples?
Let me pick your brain.
For each loyalty encounter.
All I've left you is pain.
Okay, well, still totally satisfied with any of these trades. Yep, you can go 3rd from the top, buddy. Stupid God Eternal Bantu. Well, now I have 2 lethal threats. Let's see what they got. So that's my tip with the pre-release, is to basically ratchet up all of your card evaluations pretty good. My coworkers don't really know the scope of what I do. I kind of just said that I have a nerdy podcast, and they don't really know exactly what's going on. So this game is slipping away.
Not really.
If I attack in, nothing good happens. Let's play this. Bantu is still a card away. They have a lifelinker that's pretty bad. Yeah, so my coworkers don't actually know quite what I do, but I felt like I needed to disclose it to like my boss and stuff like that. Like the principal, I'm like, because what happens if they see this and they're like, what are you doing? I don't know. And then, hello, Argentina. I'm so glad that I have like a ton of people from around the world like that tune in. And also makes me feel bad because you can consume content in a completely different language. And I struggled with mediocre French my entire life. So thank you. Yeah, and speaking of sponsored, this stream is sponsored by Wizards of the Coast because they want to make it really clear that they gave us VIP accounts. We have accounts that have you know, all all of these cards for us, and it does give us a little bit of an edge in terms of having access to cool things. I'm just like dead. What is going on? I might need a cup of coffee after this game. I feel like I had it under control, and now I'm pretty sure I'm dead if they.
I follow the tracks.
Yeah. I'm dead. That was a very good game. No blocks. Woo! That was a slog. Their card quality was way better than mine. And I think that I mean, I'm pretty sure I misplayed what was going on over there. So we'll end up seeing how that goes. I'm going to claim my prize. I'm going to expand my mastery tree into blue. Yeah, you see this tech right here? It's pretty good. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll upgrade my deck with a divination for sure. I get a reward. All right, and let's go into another game. But for right now, I'm gonna go get a drink of water and some cup of coffee, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, lukewarm coffee acquired. Delicious. Spectacular. All right. Let's get back into it. Greetings from Australia and Melbourne. I went on my honeymoon in Australia and New Zealand, and your country is beautiful, and I love it. Greetings from Moscow. I have never been to Russia, and I really wish that I had that opportunity. It's so far away. Actually, when I was younger, I studied for a year in England, and so I got to see a lot of Europe. But it was so hard to take trains way into Eastern Europe. It just the train times became super long. And it actually, we had friends that went to St. Petersburg and Moscow, excuse me. And it was just so difficult to get around there, but that would be something that I would be super excited about doing. I really wish that traveling didn't cost all of the money or else I'd go a lot more. And then, hi from a French guy in Singapore. Love it. Hello. Let's see here. Oh, Austria. No, someone said Melbourne. Okay. For a second, I'm glad I didn't say Austria versus Australia. Hello from Austria too. Man, all the places. Sacramento. Let's give a shout out to my state capital. Let's go Sacramento. And Denmark. Very nice. And Spain and Toronto. Oh my gosh. And Brazil. Central EU. I love it. That's so great. Krenko is still being coach. I know that everyone. Okay, let's go with this. I know everyone probably feels this way, but I feel like where I live is so boring. Los Angeles. I know that Los Angeles is by itself a cool place, but I feel it's I don't know, not a very exciting place to live. Hello. LA, it could mean Los Angeles or it could mean Louisiana, both of which are cool. And hello, Texas. Ooh, and Israel and Wales and Madison. Buenos Aires. Oh, I really want to go to South America really badly. From France and Quebec. I really like France. I went a lot when I was younger, and I like took French, and I was very, very bad at it. Why are you proliferating onto a turn 4 Planeswalker and a rare one too? Guys, this is bad. This is bad already, but you're about to see just the most amazing play ever, which is just like my favorite. It's like, oh, let's just do that, and let's just play this Vraska's Tracker because I learned that this mechanic works. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I love it so much. I guess you're right. Ventura County, nice. Yes, Los Angeles is not boring. There's cool stuff to do here. I just feel like I never actually go to the cool stuff. I like stay in my suburb and then drive to work in another suburb. And then there's just all this traffic in between. Let's see here. Can I have a 6-drop going on? Any proliferate shenanigans? No. So I feel free, like I can attack with both of them. And then what do I want to do? I think I just like this 5-drop. It seems pretty powerful, so I'm going to go with that. San Francisco, I feel I have my best friend moved to San Francisco, and your city and your real estate market took all of his money. So I feel no sympathy for I feel all the sympathy for people that live in San Francisco. And then Poland is also awesome. Oh, Oketra with Helm of the Host with Anointed Procession on the board. Here's the thing. Helm of the Host is a crazy card no matter what. Let's see what my attacks are. Infinite attacks. Just all of the attacks. Let's just kill this thing. Let's just get it out of the way right now, open up our attacks, and close this game. Okay, so how can we lose this game? How can we lose this game? I don't know. I don't know how we can lose this game. I probably should have kept that Vampire Opportunist in my hand, maybe. Or the Land for the Evolution Sage. Who knows? Okay. Let's go back to talking to people. The Orange County. Orange County is awesome. Watching from Sweden. This is sealed, by the way. Only sealed and standard is available on this right now. Public transportation in Los Angeles is horrible. It's non-existent. So yeah, you can Uber places, but basically everyone just drives. So you do kind of have to, I don't know, some people use it, but like the nearest bus that comes to my house is like over a mile away. So why would I don't know, like it just doesn't work. Let's see here. Okay, let's win this name. Florida is home of the crazy old people and crazy young people too. Let's not discriminate. Easy. All right, they still take 6 and we win the game because this loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. +2/+2 and you gain 2 life. Okay, well they don't die. Because now they're at 8. I'm glad that I kept this guy around, though. It's going to be good. Should I drain them? Or deploy to the board? Six, 7. I'm just gonna drain them out. I feel like that's a safer play. And keeping this in my hand for if something horrible happens. Sounds good. This doesn't have lifelink, does it? No. Cool. We win! Yeah, I usually don't put Helm of the Host in a lot of my decks because I feel like it's a lot of win more. Like, it's not a lot of, I don't know. I feel like it's difficult to get going. I feel like there's always some removal ready to take out my Helm of the Hosted guy, Dudo. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Nathaniel's talking about the Olympics coming to LA. Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. But like I said, for my wife has to commute to downtown LA because I commute to a high school. I'm not going into downtown LA. Like, I'm just kind of like going around it, not even interacting with it, with downtown. So a lot of the stuff that's going on isn't going to be dealing with me. This seems like a good hand. Just a fine hand. I like removal. I like curving into stuff. I like Vraska. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited just about... The Olympics are a cool thing to have, so just having them in Los Angeles could be pretty cool. Another two... Let's play that out. This Spellgorger Weird can be insane. It's a very cool card. Favorite new Planeswalker of each rarity. Uncommon is Saheeli, although this Planeswalker is very cool too. But it's Saheeli at uncommon. At rare, it's... what is it at rare? Saheeli is for sure at uncommon. I'm kind of excited about Gideon at... okay, can I threaten this? Take out a 2/2? That's stupid. Take out a 2/2, trade to kill that? Okay, I like Vraska, but there's too many threats going on right now to deal with that. I hate... I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
Focus on
let's
what
see
matters.
here. DJ, Nathaniel says, DJ, go see all the cool museums you have in LA. We drive all the way from Ojai down there to see them all the time. That's true. We do have cool museums. I have been to... No, don't! Stop it. I feel like I'm getting destroyed. No blocks. There'll be some... I'll have some cool protection for this later. Alright, I got a 5-drop here. So... what do I want to do? Spells your opponent's cast, the target creature or a planeswalker you control costs 2 more to cast. Awful. I can go... No. I think I'm going to go with Vraska because this Spellgorger Weird is getting big, and just having some level of defense is going to be nice to be able to move through. We do have really cool... Actually, that's one thing that's cool. We do have really good museums. We have really good art.
It may cost you more than just money.
Yeah, no attacks. Good play is the Pantageous is awesome too. I do not know how long I will be streaming. Probably another like 35 or 40 minutes or something like that. That seems like it's pretty good. This is early access. If you notice, all of the things have... You put another one on my assassin? Okay, well, do I take 6 or do I block? I think I want to gain 6 life. Notice the VIP tags on all of our stuff. It's because we have special access to the streamer event, and so we have very tricked out accounts that have all sorts of stuff in it. I can't believe that now this is 6. How on earth did this thing get up to 6? How did I let this game slip away from me? I know I'm going to trade with this stupid Spellgorger weird. The Cruelty. I have to pay 2 more for the Cruelty because of Kasima. And so I didn't have the ability to Cruelty at that time. So, yes. It's not... There's probably one opportunity where... Did I just play my 5th land drop? When I could have Vraska'd, I probably could have spent 5 mana and Cruelty'd instead. I just got greedy and thought that my Death Touch guy could protect me and my Planeswalker would stay around. And it didn't. Yeah, so for today and today only, we have access to all of the things. It's amazing. This game is going sideways. Gain 3 life, do 2, sure. This format is... I don't like sealed, by the way. Like, so I'm already working from a kind of like a personal disadvantage. Sealed is, I feel a little bit clunky. I would much rather it be draft, but it's really fun. The power level is super ratcheted up, and I really enjoy it. All right, we are going to try and find some way of dealing with that a little bit later. Another one. Let's see here. So now that's 6. All right, well, we're going to go for the Cruelty next turn with the block. Hopefully that works out. Let's see here. So I think the format is very powerful, very fun. It's complex. There's a lot of stuff going on. I really, really like it. All right, now here's the question. Do I think I Cruelty and double block. Or I could single block and Cruelty. No. I think I Cruelty first. We'll see if they have anything to do. Because if they counter this Cruelty and then this is an 8/8, I don't want it to read. Ugh. I got so punished. Yeah, I will end up double blocking. So, super punished. So, yes, I will pay 2, because then that'll make it a 3/3, and I'll take less damage. Okay, so my logic was, I don't know the format well enough to know exactly what's going on, but I know that there's counter spells. So my logic was, if I put 2 creatures in front of it with blocks, and then they counter it, they'll eat both of my creatures. If I put a single creature in front of it and let damage go through, and then do the spell afterwards, then all they need to do is pay any instant spell to grow it to an 8/8, and then it'll live. So my logic was that if I played this right now, and then they countered it, I would at least be able to save my creatures from getting damage. And I did save my creatures. The problem was that it would have been totally fine if I had blocked and then moved to that. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, it's just bad. This is bad news all around. All right. We're going to go for another super duper block on this stupid thing. Let's see here. I've never done Tabletop Simulator before. I've done stuff similar to it, and it's been awkward. It's not clean. You know what I mean? All right. I can't keep taking 8. All they need is an instant to blow me out. And there we go. All right. I'm giving the good game. Jacob, I didn't, here's the thing. I didn't think it through all the way. You know, like if this was a real tournament, we'd like sit down and really parse it out. So I'm not exactly sure if it was exactly right, but I feel like it was right. Even though it was so bad. But the thing is that also I don't know how many cards are, like, I don't know what the counter spells are. So if there are like a quench in one of those and no other counter spells, or like an awkward counter spell that no reasonable person would play, then it was a bad decision. So we'll just have to figure that one out later on. That's what happens when you walk into these things. You have to kind of go in. I don't know. Do you guys, when you go to pre-releases, do you do all the research? Do you know all the combat tricks or anything? Or do you just kind of like walk in and get surprised? Louis, the mastery screen is a new thing for new players that you can kind of like, as you play games, you get individual cards and you end up building your deck for free. It's very cool for new players, but you'll probably notice that the cards that we're getting through the mastery screen are like kind of like not that good a card for people that are really involved. Okay, I want this combo so badly. I'm gonna keep it. Evolution Sage and Zhang Yangu. Oh, I want this so bad. Just keep on adding counters and proliferating. So good. In terms, bad luck for me. Okay, so how do I do this? So what I want to do is play Evolution Sage. Then next turn I'll Zhang Yangu, and tick it down, and then play the land, and then proliferate onto both of them. No! No! Nummy, no! It's not even Nummy! No! I wanted it so bad. Alright, now what do I do? This attack isn't good. This Vraska is a pretty good card. So let's go ahead and play a Vraska. Make a dude. And pass the turn.
In the Undercity.
Ooh, Panama. That sounds fun. I would like to visit Panama very much. Welcome. I know, right? Nummy is a huge dream crusher. He's too good. And now the important part is that I have like, I don't know, he's got thousands of people watching him. So I'm basically like super popular now that everyone's watching me play from the opposite side of the screen right there, which is the important part. Some people said they go in with some idea of what's being played. I'm sure a lot of people listen to like limited resources or something like that because they're awesome. And he has his own Evolution Sage growing his thing. Must be nice. Must be nice, Kenji. Alright, well, I have the ability to grow. Do I want to get in? Let's see here. So, would I trade this for any of these creatures? Yeah, I think I would. I think I'd be fine with all these trades. That's a pretty natural trade. And then now let's go with... let's go with the Dread Horde. Make another dude. Put out another land.
That's a bad assassin.
Grow my Vraska. Seems good. His Zombo's getting bigger though. No!
It's not often I'm outmaneuvered.
Alright, this card is great, so I'm pretty happy about that. I would trade any of these cards. Yeah. Yep. That seems pretty fine by me. Let's get a 6/5. Guys, this is getting out of control right here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have an excellent dinner. I'm so glad that so many of you... Now they're teaming up against my creatures. Alright. So now what do we have going on here? We have a 4/4 that's good defense. 1/3. Alright, now we've got to pivot and go around to sort of a more defensive angle for sure. He's got 2 cards in hand, 1 card in hand, but he has a 5/5. I have a Death Toucher. Death Touch lifelink. Yeah, no. Yeah. Alright. Ugh. Maybe I should suicide in my Dreadhorde? I don't think that's the right decision. Suicide in this Herald? Like, he's gonna have to turn the corner and attack eventually. And I will have good blocks eventually. But it's not doing good. Yeah, the 6/5 for 5 is great. 6/5, oh, sorry. 6/5 for with upside for 5 is great. Just insane. It is a very fun limited environment. I've been thoroughly enjoying this. Although Kenji just hosed me with this stupid card, and now I'm sad. But it's okay, because we have a huge board stall. Except for he's building an 8/8 monster. Alright, all I need is some counters. And then... 2! 2 sages. It's alright. Unfortunately, this is not looking good. This is just a dumb 9/9, 10/10 though. Like, I have 3 Death Touchers. Okay. Does this do me any good saving it? I don't think so. Okay, let's go to combat now. Oh, I finally have a big dude. I don't know. This isn't good. This is bad. All right. This seems like I could probably do something now. I think we got to start clearing out the board a little bit. So we're going to go with the crunch, the that, the this, the that. Yeah, we're going to go in with 5 attackers. Yeah, he'll eat that, and then I'll end up killing it with this Vraska's thing. This will end up growing a dude, making a dude, and that's fine. Trade. Trade. Are all of these fine? All of these are fine. Let's play this. And then let's end the turn And then I think I can start turning the corner. All right, let's start. All right. Math is for blockers. That's right. Good blocks, but I got a lot of damage coming through. What you got? What you got, Newmont? Also, Nummy has a reputation to uphold. I make commander content. But also, he drew like the 11 lands or something crazy like that. Sitting over there at 1. Does it have vigilance? Oh, it does. I probably shouldn't have played that because there's board wipes. 12 lands versus 10 lands. 11 or 13 lands. He has a lot of lands. Hello, friend. Good game. So basically that makes me like really good at limited, right? That I drew better than Kenji. pull up Kenji. So you think I should ghost Kenji? Yeah. All right, I'm thinking. By the way, I also have huge respect for people that can, number one, stream really well, like keep up a conversation with people in chat, like know kind of what's going on and still play top end Magic. Like that's I can't figure that out at all. Mowu. I want stuff that either builds my board up to this 6-drop or develops it. Not really a combat trick. Or something earlier, too, would be fine. Just not a giant growth. Giant growth right there. So, yeah, so first off, tons of respect. Ooh, my favorite. But we are definitely going to ramp into a 5-drop. Lifelink? Sure. That's yeah, dude, Kenji is awesome at doing this. I also don't know how they stream for like 8 hours at a time, so that's just amazing as well. This seems like an amazing attack, especially because I didn't really draw 5-drop. So we're going to go for just a little 3-drop right here. It's not great, but. And then next turn, I'll be able to play this 6-drop, and everything will be magic. And ponies. And unicorns. I love... By the way, like, I'm not a limited all-star, but I really do love limited. I think it's really great. My favorite format is cube, probably. That's my favorite form of limited. But just getting your hands on brand new cards, you don't know what's going on. Like, I don't... What's this card? Card's great. Like this, like 4C again, like is awesome. Like I love this format a lot, and I'm super glad that Hades Blade gets to draw 2 cards and get so deep into their library. But I'm planning on hitting them for 3, and playing a Tidebear Giant. Oh man, I would, if I had a lot of time, I would make a lot of cube content. I just don't think that there's a lot of people that's interested in it. I could talk about cube for forever though. I think that the design is really interesting. I think that the building it and making it your own is just one of the most fun things ever. Okay, so I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am playing the giant. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it. 6 mana too. 6 mana. Benjamin. So right now we're playing limited, and we're playing limited with War of the Spark. And so what Wizards did is they put together a set of all these cards. Nicobolas.
I am one again.
Really? Exile a card in your hand or a permanent you control. You draw a card, each opponent exiles a card from their hand or a permanent they control. So I will get rid of this stupid Conch Wrangler.
I will return.
Alright, what does Nicobolas do?
Intellect is without limit.
Okay. Hang on. Let me handle Nicobolas, and then I'll go back to explaining Q. Okay. So destroy target creature, Planeswalker. They can keep exiling stuff out of my hand. What are my attacks? They have Death Touch? Ugh. So basically, they're going to kill one of my things, but I can kill... They're basically going to kill this, but then I can kill... No, I can't kill Nicobolas. Ugh, this is horrible. How badly do I want to pressure Nicobolas? I can Zhang Yengu and put a counter on the Prowler. That way it brings it down to 2, so they have a... And then, okay. So I'm going to Zhang Yengu, put a counter on the Prowler.
Share in my strength.
Ugh, this tapped incorrectly. Ugh, I'm so upset that it tapped incorrectly. It's my bad. You should always check how it taps. Just... I wanted the option to be able to chump... Oh, really? They made this trade.
Fear scratches.
I wanted the ability to chump and keep Zhang Yengu around, especially with Evolution Sage being able to grow a bunch of stuff. Thanks, Louis, for exile card or permanent in control. So get rid of this thing at this point in time. Yeah. I'll make them... Making them attack Zhang and being able to get in the last points of damage are going to be really good. Oh, the wolf can't be blocked. That's true. I still thought that they would take out the 4/5. I thought that would be a good idea. Okay, back to... What is going on here? Stop messing with me. Okay, so now what do I do? So I can play Evolution Sage, tick down on this to make it a 6/7, a 5/6, and then I can proliferate to make it a 6/7. That's not good enough. I can do the same thing where I threaten to kill Nicobolas unless you chump with this. So I attack with both, and then Nicobolas, you can chump and kill this, and then Nicobolas lives. Okay, so I think I'm going to Evolution Sage. Not play my land. Tick this down to make this 4...
Be your your best self.
Submit 2. And then they have to throw away... They throw away that to... I mean, yeah, I'm giving away my stupid card, but that seems fine. End of the turn. Ugh, okay. I gotta kill Bolas, because Bolas is gonna draw them a card and have them exile something over and over again. And it's gonna grow this stupid thing. And then I think I'm going to exile a forest.
Witness a moat of
Any card I draw or any counter that I put on this can be able to play another Tidebearer Giant. Okay. Back to Cube. Cube is... Okay, so this is War of the Spark. So the designers at WOTC basically said, we're going to make an environment for you guys to play Magic. We're going to create a set of cards, and they all work well together, and everything's really cool, and you can kind of draft them or play sealed or do whatever you want within this set, and things are balanced, and things are interesting, and the mechanics work. Okay, so you can keep buying what Wizards puts out, and that's great. But if you ever want to sort of simulate your own drafting environment, you can create what's called a cube. And that's basically where you design your own Magic set. Traditionally, the most popular ones have been very powerful cards. They want crazy powerful, iconic cards and sets. Ugh, I can't believe you got Green Hulk too. This is not going well for me. Team Jumbo. And so this is bad too. Put a counter on. Sure. Put a counter on this. Together. I probably should have put a counter on that, and then that would have let me. That's fine. Whatever. We're done. This game is totally over. Okay, and so traditionally people have put together the most powerful cards, and that's what I have, is a cube with powered. It's a powered cube. It has Moxes and Black Lotus and all the most powerful cards, and you put it together, and it's really, really, really fun. I think I'm gonna give up. Should I give up? I think I should be giving up right now. Yeah. But I got the combo. I got the Zhang Yangu and Evolution Sage. I should be another 4 cards. One thing about Cube is that you can make a cube out of anything. Card Kingdom, not my sponsor, but Command Zone's sponsor, does have a cube that you can buy that comes sleeved and full of cards, and it's not that expensive. My favorite cubes have been ones where you take draft chaff or just things that are left over. Do I want to put a... No, I don't want to do it. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to proliferate. I'm going to proliferate their Nicobolas too. Why not? I'm going to proliferate those too. Sure. We're doing everything.
I will help you through this.
We're gonna see Nicobolas. We're gonna see Nicobolas Ultimate. Do you know what I want to do? Is I want to have like the draw like a removal spell, and then have him go for the ultimate, and then I kill Nicobolas out from under him, or they go for the. Here's my way of winning. They get confused. Actually, hang on. Does this work? Does this fizzle the spell in any way for science? Nope. we're done. Card Kingdom was just a thing that I would shout out there, just because they put together a pretty reasonable cube. But I think that the best cube would be Draft Chaff, like just getting the cool cards that you have and putting them together. And one way that you could start, I don't know if you can hear that. One way that you could start though is by building a battle box, and that's actually like a really, really cool way to start off with a single format and transition into a cube. Let's leave this mastery tree alone. I have 3 losses. Let's get my gems. Let's get my packs. I'm going to talk a little bit more about just kind of cube in general, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about commander. And then I'm going to take a break for a little while. And then maybe go back online a little bit later tonight. But mostly just kind of like answer some questions from y'all. Thank you so much for coming and talking to me and stuff like that. So this is kind of, I don't think I'm going to play any more War of the Spark right now. So if you want to hang out a little bit, ask some questions, talk about Cube, talk about Commander, then that's awesome. If you were interested in gameplay, then we're gonna kind of be done with gameplay for now. And my computer struggle with it. Can't have that. I gotta say, like Incubus looks really good. I thought that part of me thinks like there's a little bit of a cheesy moment, like that this was done really well. I kind of feel like these are really bad fighters, but Gideon hadn't been stabbed yet. Like, why is Gideon just getting up? He's just surrounded by guys with swords. It must be like this. And like, it's a good trailer. I like it a lot. Alright. Yeah, Dak didn't get a card. What's going on? Alright, let me show you what it looks like to open up the packs. Oh my gosh, let's do it for the new people that didn't see before. Let's open up a pack, and what's our rare? Oh, actually, the first time it was actually something that we could get. A mythic wild card. What's our rare? It's gems! It's because on this account that they gave me, it's the so profile, it says VIP under here, so this isn't my actual account. It's just an account that they created for me. And so in it it has all of the cards. So like more of all of them. You know, and of course on my personal account, I also don't have like 20,000 gems either. So that means that whenever we open a pack, it's like the most disappointing thing. It's like, oh yes, I get the golden wild card or gems or something like that. All right. Let's talk about, I want to talk one thing about Cube. If you guys like Cube and you're like, oh, there's the barrier to entry is crazy, and it is. Like the smallest ones are 360 cards. That's so much for so many people and so daunting to put together. One thing that I suggest putting together is called a battle box, and you can look it up online. There are people that have like designed really good battle boxes, but here's the basis of it. You start off with 10 lands that almost like Hearthstone that you can have at any time. So here are 10. Let's get awesome with this stream, shall we? Oh, amazing. Okay. So here are 10 lands. You get 5 guild gates of the colors and 5 basics. And these are set to the side, and you can play a land every single turn. Okay. And you can pick whatever land you want to play. So that's your mana base. Okay. And then you have a shared deck with your opponent, and it's just a bunch of cards. And these are cards that you've liked, that are just cards throughout Magic that you can put together and people can sort of play. And you can always have the same amount of lands, and you can shuffle it up. Mine has been put together like by color because I've been working on it, but like Hidden Dragon Slayer, not an expensive card, but kind of a fun interaction. Gather the Townsfolk. Dauntless River Marshal, you know, not a crazy expensive card, just kind of like a fun uncommon with like some activated abilities. This Gideon's Lawbringer, you know what I mean? And you can find lists of battle boxes online. Some of them have like totally different power levels than other ones, but a lot of times this is here. I'm going to show you the multicolored section because that might actually demonstrate some of the mechanics that go across the whole thing. Like, for example, I have a Horizon Chimera. I know it's super hard to see, and they're trying to take the greens out. Horizon Chimera, a Kingpin's Pet, Electrolyze, with Dak Faden on it, by the way. Look at Dak Faden's Electrolyze if we want to give him some credit. What else? I put a Psychotog in here. A Skyrider Elf, you know, not difficult cards, but ones that are kind of like fun build around uncommons. Like what else do I have in here? Nivix Guildmage and Mystic something or other. So what you can kind of do is just start collecting cards, building the kind of stuff you want, and then have something that you can play with your friends, and then you can start tuning it, because you'll realize that like, oh, Luxodon Warhammer is way too powerful. It is, by the way. It's way too powerful for these kinds of things. Or you'll learn that, you know, one card is way too powerful or one card isn't good. Like, for example, land destruction isn't good. You don't want someone to be able to destroy a land, and when you only have access to 10 lands, you know, then that ends up being bad. When you have access to all of your colors in terms of guild gates, for example, like things that are multicolored that have a higher power level, those are easier to play, but you might have to play them off curve. So I don't know, like it's just kind of a fun game that you can kind of put together, and you can search Battle Box or Battle Room, and people have put lists together, and it's really great. And then you have that, and then you can kind of transition that into a cube. And so it's a way that you can build your collection a little bit more. Pauper Cube is so fun. You can definitely put that together as well. TCGplayer.com is my actual sponsor. They do not have something like this. And the reason why is because TCGplayer.com is not really a card store. It's more of a marketplace. So what you're doing is you're actually buying from big card scores through tcgplayer.com, or small card stores too. Like you could have individuals selling to you, or you could have like a tiny card store, in thousands of miles away from you in a small town that can suddenly sell their weird cards online. So I use tcgplayer.com personally. They have an 8% off cashback coupon going on right now. If I was really good at my job, I would have some sort of link for you guys to be able to refer to you when you buy stuff through tcgplayer.com, but I don't. So Card Kingdom, one thing that they're really good at is they put together those packages. Like you've probably seen advertised for the cube. You've probably seen advertisements for those like challenger decks that they have. That's because they have all of their cards are theirs, and they do a really great job of buying and putting stuff together. They buy a lot, and that's why a lot of people use their buy list. And so there's a trade-off. I mean, different people use different stores, and I'm super happy with tcgplayer.com, but they don't do everything the best. They have really good prices, and they let small stores around the country sell their cards, which I'm a fan of both of those things. Low prices and letting everyone sort of have a piece of selling cards. But they don't do some of the things that some of the other card stores do really well. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I should probably find a link. I'm going to find a link that supports me when you shop at tcgplayer.com, because that's the responsible thing for me to do. Any link in my video, like if you were ever watching a video and you're like, I should buy something from tcgplayer.com, like you can go to the link in the description and it'll take you to tcgplayer.com, and it'll be like, hey, it'll route you through what I did, but I'll put a link in right now. This doesn't like directly support me. tcgplayer.com, they support what I do, you know what I mean? And so it's not really about like, there we go. But it's nice to let them know that, hey, I have, people watch the stuff that I do, and that's why they want exposure for their brand. So it's nice to know that people, shop or visit their site because of me. So that's cool. Thank you, by the way. Let's go down. I use whatever does international shipping. Yeah. Do you know, I really, really want some of the European card markets to have international shipping in the United States, and a lot of them don't, which makes me sad. Oh no, the cube on Card Kingdom is sold out. Do you know what? That's okay, because they are not, they're bulk. Like it's a bulk cube, and there's nothing wrong with that. A bulk cube could be super fun, but you can take the list. Like you can search that list and you can build it yourself, and you can build a cool list even in tcgplayer.com from one of the big sellers, and you can get one for pretty inexpensive. But more importantly, go into your own bulk, go into your own binder, and build your own battle box, your own cube. Plane of Thrones, I don't know what that is. Deck Tech on Tazri Mirror March. Oh, is that, wait, what is that one? Okay, good. Yeah, that's that link works, which is really good. All right, I'm going to take a few more questions. Does anyone want to talk about any specific commander, or have any specific questions, magic related, non-magic related? And then I'll wrap up the stream. Dogatar is a commander. The best thing about Dogatar is that you can steal counters from other people. Let's see if, hang on. Let's see if I can switch the stream around from this to something different. Hang on. Okay, let's now. Cool. Ching. All right. All right, let's use Scryfall. Let's get big. Not like that. Is there a way that I can make this screen bigger? Yes, I'm so good at this, guys. I'm so good. All right, Dagatar, right? D-A-G for Dagatar. Not Arkham Dags, Dagatar. And let's go ahead and zoom in to give a little bit more. Yes, perfect. All right, so the cool thing about Dagatar is that it can actually move counters from any creature to any creature. So the fun thing is that you can steal counters from your opponent. There's a few cards that do put counters on your opponent's creatures. One of them is like a 2-mana green enchantment that lets you distribute counters how you want to. It's got a gorilla on it. I don't remember what it's called. We could search for it if we really want to. The other one is a creature that lets your opponents put counters on their creatures if they don't attack you. It's like Orzhov something or other. Again, we can look it up if we want to. But other than that, there's not a lot of creatures that distribute counters to your opponents. And so this does end up being one of the weaker Abzan +1/+1 counter strategies. One of my favorite strategies would be using the partner commanders, using Rayhan instead. Rayhan, Last of the Abzan. And any of the other ones that work with counters. Rayhan is super good because it lets you save your counters and move them around really specifically. So if I had to do an Abzan counters deck, I would use partners with Rayhan instead of Dagatar, even though Dagatar has some really cool interactions. So very cool. Any totally bonkers funny cube ideas? I have a cons block cube that isn't bonkers. It's just really fun. I worked on a 4-player cube. It's like a commander cube, a multiplayer cube. It didn't play very good, so I really need to tweak it up and make it a little bit more fun. Other cubes that I've heard about that are really fun, the mono blue cube sounds really fun because blue has control and combo and spells matter and aggro, and so those have been really cool too. I've only played that a couple times. Commander cube sounds really fun, drafting your commander. Cubes take up a lot of cards though, so my powered cube is my baby, and I can devote a lot of cards to. A lot of the other cubes that I have, I want them to be a little bit lower power level, so I can devote cards to it that are just sitting there. Because what I don't want to do is start pulling cards that I need out of my cubes and then having them be incomplete. So, because that just means that now I have incomplete cubes or incomplete commander decks. So I really like cubes that are, commons, uncommons, jank rares and stuff like that. And then my powered cube is my baby. Put out a video on cube construction. Absolutely. I just need to know if there's an audience and I need to do a good job about it. Feather is great. There's a video coming out on Feather either tomorrow or the next day, and I've already done some of the recording. I just need to render it. For combo, I don't know what that means. Oh, Dagatar combo? I don't know how to do that. So maybe it's gotta, if you're going Abzan combo, Gave has got to be a better combo enabler. I would think, but I could be wrong. Opinions on the relevance of Kefnet in Commander. Let's look at Kefnet. I don't know if you can hear that siren. I gotta spell Kefnet. Could you hear my dog howling to the siren too? Why can't I spell Kefnet? Oh, there's no H. Okay. Kefnet in Commander. So, gut reaction, Kefnet is going to be great in Commander. It's just so good. You may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Okay, so first off, you can also trigger this on your opponent's turns, which is crazy. It comes out early. It lets you double cast certain things. God Eternal Kefnet is going to be a very good value general, just really good. The thing is that what you're gonna want, people are gonna want to go crazy, and you don't necessarily need to go crazy. You just need to make a Spells Matter mono blue deck, like a traditional Talrand deck, maybe a more aggressive Talrand deck rather than a Counterspells Talrand deck. And then you're going to hopefully go off when you have Kefnet, but in all honesty, Kefnet's going to have a lightning rod, so you want your deck to be able to work without going off, and everything's going to be fine. I'm going to build this deck. It's going to be great. 5 colors Super Friends in Arenas. What do you think would be the best cards for that archetype from War of the Spark? Oh my gosh, 5 color Super Friends. Anything. So Kefnet's going to be great. Let's do War of the Spark, Planeswalker. So going through Super Friends, something like a Ajani, where you basically put loyalty counters on them, those are going to be pretty fun. They might not be as good, but I definitely think it's going to be really fun. And then a lot of these are going to be really low power level, but some of them I think are going to be really good. I actually think that, let's see, Karn is pretty solid. Nicol Bolas has got to be a good card for that, right? Basically give all the loyalty abilities of all other Planeswalkers on the battlefield. That has got to be really good. But a lot of these are very like situational. Like they're not this overwhelmingly just like this is a good card. One thing that might be fun though is Sarkhan the Masterless, turning all of them into dragons and attacking someone. That might be a really good card as well. And then Ugin might be also really good as sort of like a Planeswalker sort of removal spell that has card draw going on. Might be really good. Otherwise, I actually think that the cards that make a Planeswalker deck better are like that proliferate dude, like that triggers proliferate when you play a land. Landfall proliferate's so good. So it's all of the support that's in the set is going to make it good, not necessarily the Planeswalkers themselves. Kithkin Tribal. I have not tried it. I don't know. I'll look into that. God Eternal Bantu. I think God Eternal Bantu is sneaky good. Not even sneaky good. God Eternal Bantu is really good. As a commander, I don't know. I think that it could be really good as a commander. Just it doesn't give a commander identity. It'll feel almost like Sidisi, like the Sidisi, the mono black one, where it's like, okay, Sidisi is basically a tutor in my command zone, and it feels boring. God Eternal Bantu will be card draw in my command zone. It won't feel like the deck is built around them, even though it will be powerful. But things like Bitter Blossom, things like Newscraft Mob, or anything that just pumps out things on the battlefield will be very good. And I'm particularly excited about this going into a lot of other decks, token decks, and decks that can flood the board with stuff. Just think about all the treasure tokens this could eat to draw cards, or all the excess lands in my lands deck that I'm just going to get right back again with an Earthshaker or an Earthcrafter or something like that. I'm very excited about this Bantu card. Fire Song and Sunspeaker as commander. It's fun, but it's not powerful. The whole deck needs to have this commander out, and so it's very limited in terms of its scope. If you have the commander out and it's 6 mana, and you start getting your stuff off, it goes crazy stuff, and it's insane, and it's so much fun. But there's so many conditions that you have to meet, and otherwise you're just a burn deck, and your burn deck isn't that good without it. Like your burn deck is not good without it. Like your earthquakes aren't that good. Like your damage based spells aren't that good. Like it just isn't enough. But I do like the card a lot, and I'm really glad that they made it. These kinds of cards that are not overwhelmingly powerful, but just really have us change the way we play the game, really start thinking outside of our normal comfort zone, are some of my favorite cards. Difficulties, understanding how to play Yidris. Yidris is very tricky. Yidris is also a deck that sometimes is just built solely around the commander. Yidris basically is a 5/4 for 4, very powerful, has trample, and when it hits an opponent, you can basically give all your spells Cascade, and Cascade is very powerful because it gives you card advantage, cheats mana and cheats cards. That's amazing. The So the way that this deck was built in the precon is through wheeling. Like you cast a bunch of wheel spells. I don't know why they built it that way. It's not the optimal way to build it. The problem is that the optimal way to build it still centers around Yidris, and basically it works and goes crazy and is awesome, or doesn't work. I had mine and it was about extra combat steps and extra turns, and it could just go off almost like a bad Narset. And it kind of felt like that. It was like a bad Narset, or a more vulnerable Narset. So Yidris lets you cascade. So you play something big and you cascade into other stuff. Narset is 6 mana, but it's got this hexproof here. And whenever it attacks, you exile the top 4 cards of your library, and then you can play them without paying their mana cost. And so what else do people do? Well, they play extra turn spells, they play really crazy big spells, and they, again, find way to cheat card advantage and cheat mana cost. And so they felt super similar, but I wasn't thrilled about the way either one of them played. I think that if you were building a Yidris deck, I would make mine sort of a more fun Voltron-based deck rather than trying to break him, because he can be broken, and then your playgroup's going to understand that, and then they're just going to never let him hit the battlefield. Okay. 5-color zombie EDH deck. I have not tried that. Basically, the advantage of that outside of Esper is what you get in red and green. Otherwise, I don't know why you wouldn't just play Esper. So what do you get in green? I know there's a few green zombies. So again, advanced search, green, red, commander, zombie. Let's see what we get. I probably shouldn't have. No, it's fine. What this isn't going to do is this is not going to let us see multicolored cards that happen to like overlap into there, but we can see some of the zombies over here. I'm not really excited about very many of these. I am excited about God Eternal Ronus. That seems awesome. Nehebs seems awesome, but that's it. It's like there's so limited card pool. There might be other zombies. So let's see here. Let's go black and say that it has to include red. Let's just say a zombie that has to include red. And let's see if there's a multicolored card. Okay, Anathemancer is great as a zombie. No, Thokdar is pretty good. I mean, Griselda Monster Masher is very nice. Okay, Nekusar. So we can see that there are a few red-based zombies that people would definitely play, Thraxamandar, but I'm not seeing a real reason for me to go into this archetype. Like, I'm not super thrilled about going into it. Let's see what about green. Okay, again, we got a few. This Karo Lich Lord is fine. This zombie is fine, Underrealm Witch. So we're basically just seeing it's shallow. And that's the thing that keeps us out of it. And so basically everyone goes Esper because there's support there, and it feels like the other 2 colors are just shallow. That's all. And so maybe it's just not worth the mana base. But definitely playable. We could make it, and it could work. Bolus is Citadel. I don't know what that is. Oh, Bolus is Citadel. Yeah, Bolus is Citadel is so fun. Oh my gosh, I love it. So basically, you may play the top card of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its converted mana cost rather than paying its real mana cost. Yeah, so this card is really, really good. And I mean, there are ways of going off with this card. I think that using your life as a resource could be really, really strong. This activated ability is super fun. I do think that there are better cards than this, though. It costs 6 mana to get out. You cheat the mana cost. How much is, like, Dream Halls, or I don't know. I think the real test is, am I putting this in any of my commander decks? And I don't think I am. I don't have decks that fit with this restraint and fit with this strategy. It's so splashy and cool, though. I'm a big fan, but I can't see it fitting in any of my commander decks. It feels very narrow, and it feels like I'd pay 6 mana and get a few cards out of it. Someone will blow it up. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? All the new gods will be good in Commander. I totally agree. Any new predictions? Oh no, I lost where I was. Okay. Any predictions for Commander 2019? No, I don't. I might come out with a video about that later, but not right now. Any really wonky commanders you can recommend? I'm really excited about playing silver bordered commanders. I experimented with playing Grimlock Dinobot Leader, and I have never had a single person say they don't want to play against me. In fact, everyone has smiled and been super happy. So now I'm honestly exploring building as many silver bordered commanders as I want to. And that makes me really happy. Alicia Aristocrats with the new Ravnica cards. Thoughts? Absolutely. The new Ravnica cards are going to be super good with Alesha, who smiles at death. And they're just doubling down on a lot of those cards. Let's do CMC less than, what is it? Is less than 3? I think it is. Excuse me. And then sets war. So this is again, Alesha, who smiles at death, brings back creatures that have power 2 or less. And so let's see what interacts with that in here. Ooh, so Cruel Celebrant will be another good one where basically you can start killing things off and bringing them back, and this can be brought back as well. Attacks may cast an instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost less than equal to the power. That's just okay. This Death Horde Butcher might be really good in that format as well. Overall, I think it adds a few cards to it, but ultimately that deck was very, very good. And so I always like how there's more stuff available. But unless there's something like super duper broken, I think that it's just really a cool deck that gets a few more toys. Mostly this Cruel Celebrant, I think, would seem, and this Dreadhorde Butcher could be very, very good as well. By the way, Finale of Glory is insane. That card is so good. Okay. Reaper says, I recently found that using 2-color commanders as if they had a partner is fun. Thanks, Commander Versus. What do you think about it? Off the top of your head, what would you build around? 2-color commanders as if they had partner. So basically I could just have a partner with whatever I want. This has me thinking about Oathbreaker too, where it's just like, oh, like suddenly things are partnered and you can, it sort of breaks open your mind and you can have all sorts of different stuff. I have had some that I've really, really wanted to put together as a partner, but I'm having a hard time thinking about them right now in this exact moment. What have I wanted to build and not had the opportunity to? Actually, oh man, this is not answering your question, but here's what I would love to do is I want 2 partners to be in the command zone, and then their alternate partners will be in the deck somewhere. So like I would really like Pure and Toothy. Like I'd really like Pure in my command zone matched with like the blue-white flyer, and so I can play Bant and then still play Pure from the command zone and be able to fetch Toothy out from my library. That would be very cool. It's the Bird Wizard that gets counters or something like that. Or even Rayhan, Last of the Obzan in my command zone with Toothy, and then I can play Toothy and go get Pure if I want to. I know that doesn't exactly answer your question, but it's pretty close. I use Troll Trader cards in the UK, and they offer a playset of all uncommons and commons for about £30. $50 playset of all the commons and uncommons. I personally would rather draft a bunch and try to get those, but here's the thing. If you want to play Standard and you want to start immediately brewing and immediately having access to those, then that's a good deal for what you want. Lucas says, DJ, do you think they'll put a commander-like format in an MTG arena like Brawl or something like that? I thought so to beginning, and I thought that they would put Brawl, and that's why they invented Brawl, and they want to bring commanders into arena to get us to play. I still think they want to tap into this market because we spend a lot of money and we're a huge part of their format. So if they can find a way to bring us into Brawl or bring us into arena, that'd be good, but I don't think they're doing a good job, and Singleton is great, but it's not on all the time. Someone else says doubtful. I agree. I think that they need to make sure it'll be difficult to implement multiplayer effectively. When do you think we'll return to Phyrexia? I think we're going to the Icelandic Viking plane next, and then they'll probably have a plane that we've been to before after that. So I actually think that we'll go to Lorwyn before we go to Phyrexia. But Phyrexia will be eventually. But I think they need to figure out what to do with Infect by that point in time. And if we ever could you imagine having Infect and Proliferate at the same time? That'd be insane. And could you imagine having Phyrexia without Infect? I don't know if that would work either, because that's just so iconic. They might do something like they kind of had fake Annihilator in when they returned to Zendikar. They kind of had some things that exiled something when they attacked, but it wasn't real Annihilator. Yeah. Who do you think is the most fun, budget-friendly commander? Fun is relative, but I think that one of the best starter commanders that's budget is Tatyova Benthic Druid, because it's ramp and card draw on a dude. Don't follow EDH Rec. Just build what you want, and then just remember, hey, my commander is awesome. I can play it and get back into the game whenever I want to. But if you want to build off of EDH Rec, that's fine too, because it's a good deck, but I don't feel like you have to build it like that. Tatyova. Yeah, Tatyova I think is a great starter commander, and fun and solid, and you can build it however you want, and it'll just be a good deck. Hey DJ, I'm thinking about building an Experiment Craj commander deck, but my group's deck power level teeters on the bit more than refined opinions. Well, you can make competitive Experiment Craj. You can combo out with Experiment Craj for sure. You have to feel how your group will play with that. There's nothing wrong with making Experiment Craj that does some janky stuff, like Josh Lee Kwai, for example, has his famous Tim deck that like pings and taps and untaps and stuff like that. Like you can make an Experiment Craj deck kind of like that, where you tap to draw a card or tap to do some damage or tappity untappity stuff. And you don't have to put in Paradox Engine to untap everything all the time, or infinite combos with your Experiment Craj. But it's up to you. I know, but then I don't understand why Brawl exists. I don't understand either. It's one of two things. They're trying to monetize Commander, and it was just a ploy that didn't work, or they were telling the truth and it really was a fun format that they were playing casually and they want to open it up to us. Either way, the result's the same. It didn't really stick, and I think that there are some fundamental flaws with the format. But I like Singleton, so okay. Oh yeah, you heard dogs and sirens. Yes, I don't know what the sirens were, but the dogs were mine. Squee as a commander? Yes, I approve of Squee as a commander. Good call. Scroll Rack is expensive, man. Scroll Rack is great. Like Scroll Rack and Divining Top and stuff like that. And all the top of the library manipulation is so good, but Scroll Rack, okay, that's Kaladesh Invention. But just the crappy Commander's Arsenal, $62. Tempest, $50 for this stupid thing. I don't know. It's just so tough to be able to get it. And I really want them to print it again. I don't know when they're going to do it, but it should not be $48. So, I don't know. That kind of stinks for everyone. But if you have a Scroll Rack, it'd be super fun in that deck for sure. Johnny looks solid. I agree. I think Kefnet's worth adding to Talrand and Noindar decks. Ooh, Noindar decks. I forgot about that. Yeah, Kefnet's going to fit into a lot of different decks really well. I am so glad that you enjoyed me streaming. We're just finishing up here. How many people are still watching me? Some of you are still watching me. And I'm glad that you guys are hanging out and I'm not even playing Arena anymore. I think that's really cool. So I'm glad that, and on the command zone, I'm hanging out with them all the time. They know that I'm available. And so we'll see that, we'll see how that goes. Kefnet extra turns. Extra turns are super powerful, and half of the play group that I play with, they're kind of like shy away from extra turns. They're like, oh, great, extra turns. And other group is like, yep, totally fine with that. So it makes me feel a little bit bad building a deck for half of my play group rather than all of them. And I can build, decks that work in both play groups pretty easily. God Eternal Oketra is amazing. I'm building a commander deck around her. Yeah, just one of the best kitty cats I've ever seen. How can you unlock my Lifelinker background logo? If you're a patron, it's posted on Patreon. I will think of other ways to distribute that Lifelinker, but for now, I'm going to let the patrons sort of have it for a little while, and then after they're like, we've felt exclusive for a little while, I'll find other ways to give it away, like things like cool streams and maybe events or something like that. So eventually it'll get out there to a lot of other people, but for now, patrons get to be the cool people with the logo. Verena the Lich Queen is my commander. I have not... sometimes when... Basically at the time we divided up those deck techs when it first came out, and Jimmy did the Verena the Lich Queen. So in my mind, I was like, Jimmy's got that. And I didn't even really look at Verena. I didn't get really excited about it so much. So that was something that I really didn't dive into when that set came out. And so if I do want to do zombies, I think I would jump back into Verena. But it's not on my radar right now, but it is an awesome commander. Would you say that most legendaries deserve their own deck or are better in the 99? I think that every legendary deserves their own deck. Right? We all deserve greatness. We deserve to be the commander. But in all honesty, the best commanders need a little bit of extra, need some synergy in order to be in the command zone. Most of them are just role players, or, there are better cards out there. If Narset swings and wins, doesn't win, they're doing it wrong. That's right. And that's why I feel like it's a little bit more powerful than Yidris, but Yidris should swing and basically be close to winning as well. And so people should not let Yidris swing either. I have seen Narset decks that are fair. I've also seen Narset decks where people say they're fair and they're not. It's just an unfair card. Narset's insane. New Amasses zombies, cool. And that's in Bolus colors, so that's in Grixis. So 2 of the New Amass cards will work really well in these commander decks. The problem is that the lords are zombie tokens gain this, not all zombies, which makes me really sad. Azusa Eldrazi Tribal. Azusa gets to a ton of mana, and you could totally throw Eldrazi's in there. I can see how that would work just fine. I have no problem with that. Toshiro Umezawa. Glissa Commander. Let's look at Glissa. Who Dana from Commander Central and the EDH Recast has a Glissa deck that's all about Death Touch that's very cool. I've seen Glissa be sort of a Golgari artifact deck that's very, very fun as well. I think there's nothing wrong with Glissa as a commander, and I think that you could get a lot of really cool artifact synergies decks, or even cool Death Touch strategies as well. And hello to everyone. Bolas' Citadel is so good. It is a 6 mana splashy card. If you get it out, it will be good. I think that you should be very concerned about playing hard to cast 6 drops in your deck, but that's what Commander's all about. So go for it, make it good. Citadel and Oloro? Yeah, I love it. Sorry, I lost track again of where we were. More talk about Bolas' Citadel. Rooftop Storm is great. Citadel and Karlov. Yep. I have a Karlov deck. I think I still have it built, but I don't play it as much anymore. But my Karlov deck, I don't think I'd want Citadel. It's very aggressive. It has these small triggers of life gain. I don't know. Haunt of Hightower. I like that card. Green does double tokens. DJ, miss seeing you on the command zone. I miss being on the command zone, but that's okay. Because I get my favorite podcast back. So now I can listen to Josh and Jimmy on my commutes. So that's good. Excuse me. Citadel and Teysa. Citadel's fun. You guys should play it in decks. I know I was negative about it. Just don't go in thinking it's going to be this amazing card, because it's a 6-drop. It does use a resource like your life, and you can only use it so much, and you're going to paint a target on your head and all that stuff. But it's fun. It's awesome. You should totally play it and put it in your decks. D-Spark. D-Spark. Is D-Spark a staple? I should probably search for more than just Disp. Yes, D-Spark is a staple. To be fair, we don't care as much about mana cost, and so it might be worth it to play. Anguished Unmaking is still a better card than this. I might even say that the 4-mana version of it that I'm having a hard time remembering off the top of my head might even be better than this, but this is very, very good. Exile is great. Permanent is amazing. It's an amazing card. And at uncommon, it's going to be great for a lot of budget people right there. Afara and Norin, a good Jeskai. I like Afara. I like Norin as well. Mael of the Anima, Flash theme with new Vivian the Arcbow. Sounds sweet. I love that brew. Good. Keep it up. And then Arcbow is very, very fun. Mael is a little bit of a janky commander. But I like Janky Naya. It's really good. My preferred Janky Naya is Hazazon Tamara. You guys probably know that, but Mael is sweet. I also think that Lauren would be cool. I have no insider knowledge. I don't know anything about it, but I want to go back. Infect and Proliferate were together at the same time. But I think that they didn't like it as much. I think that they caused a lot of frustration, so I didn't want them to do it again. But we'll see. Arcanus and Kraj is sweet. There are combos for sure in Kraj. People are sharing some combos. Zachary Brown is talking about Lord Windgrace and about how they're destined to be together forever. Your favorite commanders in the new set. My favorite commanders in the new set. Let's see which ones I'm going to build. I like a lot of them. Let's actually look really closely and find out which ones I'm actually going to build. I'm going to make videos about a lot of them, but I will probably build 2. Just because I almost always build 2 of them, just to see what it's like. Oh no. No, I can go through all the Planeswalkers too. I can search through them. I'm not going to build Feather because Feather's too good. God Eternal Bontu will go in a lot of decks. I think I'm going to try to build God Eternal Ketras. That's one I'm going to build. I might build one of those. I'm really enticed by those cards as well. Neheb. No. Oh, Tolsimir would be fun. Ooh, tricky. I'm not going to build Tolsimir because I love my my Selesnya deck that I do have. I recently took apart my Golgari deck. My Mirren deck just won exactly the same way. But I have a Planeswalker deck, and that's what I'm thinking about for this one, so maybe I won't do that one. Niv Mizzet seems just broken and silly. Neheb. I feel like the other Neheb is just more fun. I like the other Neheb a little bit better. I think God Eternal Oketra, and it's got to be God Eternal Kefnet. That's my final answer. That seems good. That is my choice. Decided. Yes, I am finishing up, but the problem is that you guys are asking way too many questions, and I said I would go through them before I left. So I guess I'm going to be here for a little while as I keep going through questions. And then people that missed stuff, the only thing you missed was me not doing so hot at Sealed, which is fun in its own right. But right now we're just chatting, so that's good. Oketra would make cats. Yeah, me too. You're right. Oh man, Oketra would go super well in a zombie deck. Yes, Utter End. Thank you for people doing that. I need to scroll back up again. How do I feel about Dominaria Teferi, Karn's Bastion, Wilderness Recommendation, the Blue Finale? Well, okay. So here's the thing. Dominaria Teferi is a solid card. Cards that can get you card advantage and draw you cards and keep your mana open is really good. Karn's Bastion is a free card to play. I'm going to pull this up. Everyone knows Old Teferi, but Karn's Bastion is free to play and it's great. And it's going to go in so many different decks. Okay. Free to play, meaning it comes in untapped. It's just this. It's proliferate. It's amazing. Okay. Then Wilderness Reclamation is the card that untaps all of your lands. We have access to Seedborn Muse and other effects like that as well. So we have some good effects. There's also there's one of the things that puts quest counters on it that does it too. So there's a few things that do that effect. And then the Blue Finale. Let's find out what the Blue Finale is. Finale of Revelation. Draw X cards if it's 10 or more instead. Shuffle your graveyard in your library. Draw X cards, untap 5 lands. You have a 2 max mana hands. That's the rest of the game. Yeah. The Blue Finale is great. If you have that much mana, there are ways to win the game straight out. So the fact that you can just play more Magic is splashy and cool and Commander, and so I love this card. Yeah. This is to do it for 10 or more means you need 12 mana. Yeah, 12 mana is enough to do something big and splashy. So I'm totally fine with that. And Wilderness Reclamation in general, I'm fine with that card too. I think it's a good card to be able to reuse your mana all the time. But Seedborn Muse has been recognized as a powerful card, but not a broken card. So go get Wilderness Reclamation, get your Seedborn Muses, do everything on all your opponent's turns. It's super fun. Oh my gosh, Wart. I love Wart. Wart the Raid Mother is so cool. Basically, the reason why I love Wart is because, and you might be talking about Boggart Ante, but I'm talking about the Raid Mother because I really like this. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red and green Goblin Warrior creature tokens, and then each red or green instant or sorcery spells you have as Conspire. So basically, you can tap 2 untapped creatures and then copy the spell. I love that because it turns into a token Spellslinger deck in Gruul. I built a Wart deck and it was so much fun to play. I don't know. It needed to be tuned though. It really did need to be really refined, and it bothered me that you need to conspire with creatures of the same color. So you really want red and green, but then you have really good red created tokens. You have really good green created tokens. If someone kills Wart, then like that ends up being a problem, and it's 6 mana. And so it ended up being clunky, and it bothered me that it was so clunky, but it's such a cool concept. Do you pour milk in the bowl first? No, I'm not a monster. You need to have your milk cascade over your cereal. But also, I'm a horrible person. Sometimes I just eat cereal straight out of the box and drink coffee along with it. It's pretty, yeah. It's like, my mouth is dry. I'll wash it down with coffee. Say hello to Brazil. Hello, Brazil. How are you doing? How's the weather? Hopefully you're doing great. Okay. What's up, Jumbo? I'm doing great. I don't have work this week. Thumbs up for that. I am going to get ahead in a lot of different things. I'm going to clean the garage. I'm going to eat leftover Easter food all week. I'm going to do some videos. I'm going to do a stream, which is going on right now. Yeah, so I'm feeling amazing right now and very relaxed. Last questions from me. Would you let all Planeswalkers be a commander? So number one, Josh has come out very heavily against Planeswalkers as commander, and he has good reasons. And he's right. We've played with Planeswalkers as commanders a bunch, and they do slow down the game, and I think they take it in a little bit of a negative way. But I don't think that that's enough of a reason to limit our ability to explore Planeswalkers as commanders. So I think that Planeswalkers should be opened up as commanders. The thing that makes me really nervous about that is that I love doubling season, and I feel like you'd have to ban doubling season if you had Planeswalkers as commanders, which would make me very sad. But overall, I have no problem with it. Okay, I have concerns about it, and I think that it'll take gameplay and make it slightly negative, but my favorite thing to do is brew, and so I selfishly want to add Planeswalkers so I can brew tons and tons more decks with them. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So bad with Omnath Locus of Mana when your mana pool is like 90. I don't know what it's referring to, but I love Omnath Locus of Mana. It's a great deck. Hearing you guys speak about Phyrexia reminds me how badly I want to see Yawgmoth again. I don't necessarily yearn to see Yawgmoth again. I mean, he's cool. We saw his last offering recently. I like Massacre Girl too. Oh, your feelings. Oh, someone said if I missed the command zone, I should do my own show. I have my voice. I like doing my deck techs. I really like creating that kind of stuff. One thing that I miss is I miss having it was fun talking with Josh. He was a great co-host. He was really professional. So I miss that, which means that I need another person. And the other thing I miss is literally like going in and being like, hey, let's talk. Let's do this stuff. And then Josh has a team of people. Like the set is there, the lighting's there, the sound is there. Murph and Terry and Ashlyn, like they're all like amazing and editing and like taking care of everything. And so it became really about just talking about Commander and all of the underlying stuff, you know, Josh kind of and the command zone itself managed. And that was fun because I do really like making videos, but I don't necessarily like editing videos and rendering videos and putting the graphics together and stuff like that. It can get tedious. And so the command zone was very fun because in a sense, my involvement was very shallow. It was just in front of the camera talking with Josh and there's some fun in that. Thank you for everyone for, I made your day. You made my day. Thank you very much, Lucas. That's awesome. Oh, I missed some things. Hang on. Legendary cards, sub DJ, Price of Betrayal. I don't know what that is. Price of Betrayal. Remove up to 5 counters from target artifact, creature, planeswalker, or opponent. 1 sorcery speed. No, I don't think it's good in. So I don't think it's good in limited. Okay, it kills an amass creature. Obviously, this could be an easy pickup in terms of sideboard, and I would sideboard this in very liberally, especially if they have reliably create their army tokens, or if they have impactful planeswalkers that I want to impact, but I would not pre-board this or play this card in best of 1 unless I was really hurting, or I'm misunderstanding the format. In Commander, sorcery speed means that this just isn't good enough. There's tons of, and we don't need the mana efficiency of 1. But I think it's interesting that they're playing with this play space. Good card. Got a Eternal Catcher as a commander. Do you think it could work? I do, and I'm making that video and I'm making that deck. I think it's going to be very good. Mono white zombies? No, there's only one zombie that I considered in that deck, and that's the one that when a zombie enters the battlefield, taps something down, and still I might not do that one. I think it would be good with Verena though. Magic Historian. I love other people that do. I do not know the lore behind things or anything like that. I'm very bad at this Vorthos. And so anyone that does have that knowledge, it's very cool. I'm into that. Which is weird that I'm not into the lore at all because I love science fiction and fantasy and love reading books, but I'm not into the lore very much. I know, right? My commentary is like 10 minutes after you type. I'm very sorry for that. All of this is good. I don't know. Do other streamers just not go through faster than me, or do they just like skip over what people are talking about? I don't know. Because yes, I'm sure that I talked about something 10 minutes ago, and then Bonehead Cycler says, "No, I want to clarify my question." Afara and Norin together as partner commanders would be sick. That'd be amazing. Okay, I'll try to go a little bit faster to catch up with the end of the end of what we're talking about, so that we can finish up today. Feather's going to be fun. Everyone's going to build Feather. That's going to be really good. Okay, Aketra is great. The blue finale, all the finales are fun. I love that. I love big mana stuff, so that's really good. Let's see here. Quest counters and untapper. Oh, it only quest for renewal only hits creatures. Okay. Seedborn Muse then. That's the one that works. Oh yeah, Seedborn Muse was reprinted. Paul gives good advice. Says go pick up Seedborn Muse. I do not know why I'm wholesome, but I guess that was a reference to something else. I am wholesome. I'm a good person, I think. Just ignore if it's too personal, but what do I do for a living? No, I answered that question already. Basically I work in a school. I work with kids, and I help with counseling, and I help with academic counseling and personal counseling and stuff like that. So academic stuff is like anything from like, you're failing your classes, shape up, to like, I'm going to get you into college. And personal stuff could be anything like, like this is how you should talk to your parents or your friends, to I'm not qualified to answer that. You should actually see a professional therapist. So yeah, that's what I do for school. It's very rewarding. I love my job very much. I wish that I didn't have to commute so much, and I wish they paid me more money, but I feel like that's what everyone wishes. So yeah, I'll just be satisfied with my job. Students ever challenge me to games? No, I don't make it known that I do this to my students. My coworkers kind of know, but they don't know exactly what I do. And I purposefully don't tell my students that I have a YouTube channel or anything like that. And Magic is a very niche world. So I've been pretty good about avoiding interacting with many of my students. Or if someone knows, it's like, in past years, it's been like one or two that are just like, oh, cool. And they kind of respect that I don't want to mix my YouTube stuff and my, hobbies with my job. So yeah, fortunately, everything's always gone really well with that. Wart is awesome. Magic Fest Vegas. I will be there. I already have a hotel room. I'm so excited. Except for I'm disappointed it's moved all the way back into August because it makes it less awesome. And you met me in LA. I do remember the person who had a Zazon deck, and it was awesome playing against you, Jeff. Hopefully I will see you in Vegas. That sounds awesome. Would you use Living Twister in a Landfall Commander deck? Living Twister? What on earth is that card? Oh, it's from War of the Spark. Okay. I'm like, why have I never heard of this card before? It's from War of the Spark. Okay. 3 mana, 2/5. Amazing. Discard a land card. Give links. Okay. Return a land card you control to its owner's hand. A tapped land you control to its owner's hand. I don't know. That's a good question. I would need, this is this is something that works with other stuff. I have played Mina and Den and bounced lands back to my hand, but I feel like that's a huge cost, and you need to be very wary whenever you bounce lands back to your hand, be it with something like Mina and Den or something like the Moloku style of cards, and I'm very nervous about those. Josh is an absolute machine. Yeah, Josh is an absolute machine. He's awesome. And has vision, and he does his own stuff. Like, yeah, he's great. Let's see here. Yeah, most people skip over all the stuff that they do. I'm not skipping you guys. If I skip you over, it means that I'm doing stuff like that. Yeah, they just pick out the scream. I got to read everything, don't I? I mean, if you guys are talking to each other, I'll ignore it. But right now, it feels like I'm here to talk to you. I'm not even like playing Magic. Like when I was playing Magic, like I could only pick out tiny things here and there. But right now, when I'm just talking to you, I feel like I should probably read most of the stuff right there. Either that, or I'm just bad at streaming and all of you will leave, and then I'll realize that my technique was bad. But you know, first time streaming, I probably have to do something unique. Yeah, I mean, like, this is what I want to do, is hang out with you guys and chat. And I'm not good enough to play Magic while I'm doing it, so yeah. Would the need arise? That's a good question. Out of curiosity, if the need arise, would you use Magic to help out in counseling in any way? Yes, and I would want to give you an example, but I can't because it's in counseling and I wouldn't give you an example. But yes, I have used like content creation, and I have used it in helping out another kid like understand, because actually like social media is kind of messed up. Like, and I don't know. I have the age of people that watch this is just really varied. Like I have people in middle school that watch my channel, and I have, a ton of people that in their 30s and 40s watch this channel. And so all of you are going to have way different access to social media and the way that you use it. But social media is like kind of messed up, and like can mess with our brains and can do real damaging stuff to our self-esteem. And so sometimes being able to relate to someone about social media and relate to a kid about it when I'm not in their same generation, like, can be really helpful. So yes, I would actually, disclose some stuff about doing Magic stuff or doing content creation to, connect with someone and help them get through a time. That's a good question. Hello, friends. Okay. Okay, didn't play, just watch my game with Commander's Brew. The thing that sucks though is that like I want to, because I talk with the Commander's Brew guys, and like I consider them friends. Like I like them, I want to hang out with them, and I want to play with them. But also I'm at these events to play with all of you, like play with the fans. And so part of me is like, I want to play with my friend Andy, who like I haven't seen in 6 months because he lives in Canada. And so like that's my desire too. But then I also want to play with other fans. And so I feel like I'm torn in too many directions at these events. So really they just need to be longer, and Andy needs to come down and visit LA and I can play Magic with him. And Sean doesn't come down to LA as often. Omnath Locus of Rage. Great card for the body. Living Twister. I'm glad that you stayed here for so long. Thank you for being a part of the stream. I'm glad that I can pay attention to you. Would you or have you ever played real cards via Skype uplink? I've done that before. I found it awkward. The setup and the takedown was... The problem is that my time is at a premium. The only reason why I'm able to do this right now is because I'm not at work. And because my wife said that she would pick up our baby, and I probably should have been doing that instead. I probably should give my wife more time. But I said this is something I want to do. And so we made it work. And so my time has become kind of at a premium. And so I'm not playing as much Magic. So setting something up by Skype feels very difficult for me. And part of me is like, well, I could be doing work, and I feel like I don't do enough work as is. Momir Vig is a good commander. Yeah, Momir Vig is a great commander. You can do broken stuff with Momir Vig, and you can just do fun value stuff with Momir Vig. I love it so much. He is costly, yeah. you Dabamyo? I like to think I am, yes. Yep, 23. I can look up my demographics and I can see how many people are in different age ranges. And yeah, there's tons of different stuff. Sorin Vengeful Blood. Sorin. Look at all these Sorins. I'm going to just go straight up. Favorite Sorin is Grim Nemesis. But let's look at Vengeful Blood. As long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. That's pretty good for 4 mana. Deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That's a bad +2. Return target creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield if that creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. I don't like Sorin very much. I want to, but I don't. It feels very limited in a lot of different ways. I like giving things lifelink, but we can do that on different bodies. It's just vulnerable. It's fine. I wish the +1 was a little bit better. Where can I add your tapped out? I think I'm just Jumbo Commander on tapped out, and I need to be a little bit better than that. New Niv Mizzet would be awesome as a commander. How much time do you usually put into making a commander deck list? It honestly depends. When making the list, a lot of the times what I do is I have the core of a list and I put it together and then I just mull it over. And so during lunch, I'll just kind of sit there and think about what I'm going to do and write some notes down. Or during my drive or my commute, I'll just kind of like sit there. So it's really hard to put a point on how long it takes because I'll build a core and then I'll try and think about other weird, cool things. And that usually takes several days of me kind of mulling it over. And then I fill it out with what I think is good to balance the deck. So the core of what I wanted to do, the cool little synergies that I think would make the deck fun, and then I fill in the blanks of what'll make the deck well-rounded and playable. Okay, so Japanese art planeswalkers. Can I look these up so that you guys can see them? Right there. All right, this is a treat. Oh my gosh, they have 2 Ugins? They have 2 cards? Oh wait, no. These are the normal, this is the alternate. Okay. So what they did is that I don't know very much about it because I just saw it on Twitter, but basically in Japan, they have these alternate arts that look like anime. Look at that, Gideon. Oh my gosh. And they break the styles of Magic. I think that they're very cool. And they break like card frames in cool ways. Look at this. The swipe that goes out past this. I love it so much. I like both of these actually, even though they're a little bit boring, but very cool looking stuff right here. The problem is that I don't like that I can't read the card. I don't play with foreign cards very often, and so this is a little bit bothersome, but I love alternate arts. I love special stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if I got all of them. Do you know what I might do too? I might actually get both of them and then have people that are really good at foil alters that do foil trims will take the art off and stick it on an English card. I might end up commissioning some of those because I do like some of these cards and I want to play with them, but I prefer English speaking cards. Look at this! Look at the Tamio! So cool. Because people that are about altered cards like different styles and like expression and like old cards that have weird stuff on it and like new cards that have stuff. I'm not all about the consistent art style. I think the consistent art style is good for the brand, but bad for lovers of the game. And so I really, really want WOTC to expand different art styles with new auxiliary sets. So for example, Battle Bond 2 comes out, and suddenly like they're all anime things. And I might hate that art style, but I can suck it up for one set, or, they do another set. They do some like, I don't know, maybe not Modern Horizons because that needs to be consistent with their art style, but they do another like a conspiracy set, you know what I mean? And then they do all super old school art. They get like classic oil painting arts. I would love that so much. And I think people that love art would love that too. And they wouldn't have to compromise their style for anything that goes into standard play or modern play. But, flex your art skills a little bit in areas that it doesn't really matter. Let's keep going down. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the anime art style in general, but these are good. Like, these are cool looking. Oh, dude, look at Kiora. This is the first time I've seen a few of these. Gosh. Ah, Vraska looks so cool. Okay, favorite has got to be... So Kiora and Vraska I like. These are just fine. This is pretty good. Gideon's fine. Jace is fine. The Wanderer's pretty good. I don't know. This isn't that spectacular, but I think I like the eyes. Like this, like hooded, like blank eyes looking at you. I think that's really cool. This is good too. I like that. I look at the... Okay, I'm just geeking out at this point in time. The Tamio scrolls are awesome. Okay, I'm geeking out a little bit too much. Let's go back to actual other questions rather than doing that. But yes, I will buy these, and I will probably have them in a binder even though I don't play them. And I might find some cool way of finding a way to play them on English cards. Arena suggestion, proliferate Simic Ascension? Sure, we'll try that. Not now, but later. Maybe. No, the event's going to send. I don't know. We'll see. How long does it take me to brew? Did I answer that question? I think I might. Can we rewatch the beginning of the stream later if we just joined? I think so. I think I can put it up video on demand, and I didn't have music. Last time, I tried to put in background music, and it accidentally played a song that was not copyright free on the playlist, and I got a copyright strike. So this time there is no music because I didn't want to screw it up. There's a 50% chance of getting it in Japanese pack. That's so cool. Takes to brew a deck. Brewing a deck is a long process, and I do it on purpose to be a long process like that. You could have your own podcast like the Command Zone, but only with audio. I could do that. It would be less work, and I might be able to accomplish that. But right now, I'm having a hard time just managing what I do have, so it's very hard for me to think about what I can add on to it. Yeah, the art is cool. Oh, altar sleeves with English text. Yeah, I do have cool... I got some cool altar sleeves from that new thing that I'm going to post up there. People geeking out about these things. What war cards are going in my cube? I haven't figured that out yet. That's a really good question that I just need to think about, and I haven't yet. And I really need to spend a lot of time with that. So the goodbye mailbox, like, yes, I want to answer that question, but I want to answer it really well. I think that these will be on TCG Player instantly. People will bring over packs. People will be selling them. Yeah, I think that they're going to be a hot item. Oh, there's Japanese packs in the US. That could be good. Hi, DJ. Love your stuff. Have to stay up late to watch this because in Australia, well, Australia's cool, so I'm glad you're there. I'm going to be ending it soon, and then you can rewatch it at your leisure because obviously that's all you want to do. Do I like the altar sleeves? Yes, I do. Yes, I do like the altar sleeves. They gave me some, and I wanted to tweet about it. First, you guys get first view of the altered... Oh no, don't do that. This is what you get for messing with your own stream, like right before. Okay. So you guys get first view of the altered sleeves. Here is a Luxodon... Oh, my thing sucks. Luxodon Gatebreaker, and it's trying to green screen out some of it. And this is altered to have glasses and have a cool set of magic cards on it, just to be like, hey, this is a cool sort of thing for Jumbo Commander. And it's nice. I like it. And then this is for example, a Soul Ring that is altered to... There we go. Apparently the thing that takes the green screen out sometimes takes out things that I'm showing you, but that's okay. So in the sleeve, I think that they actually line up really well, and I'm pretty impressed by how they look. I've seen sleeves like this before not line up very well, and I'm really like how accurate these are. And so that's really good. I think that I'm still going to lean, personally, I'm going to lean towards having paint on card. But I like these. I like them a lot. And I think that any way that you want to make your cards make them what you like is great. And I particularly like how you're going to be able to have access to some famous artists that are from Magic being able to like do these kinds of cards. And that's something that you can't get anywhere else. You know, you can't easily go, you can get Magic artists to like sign them, but you can't get them to do like amazing works of art altering your cards as easily. And so this just opens up more opportunities for creativity. And so I'm all for it. Okay. So yes, the altar sleeves are cool. They might not be for me, but they are for a lot of people, and I like them a lot. And, you know, I'm probably going to buy a few of them, but I'm not going to go gung-ho. Do a video on my cube? Question mark? Do a video on your cube? I really do want to do a video on my cube, but I got to be able to figure it out first. Building a deck around tap on tap shenanigans, Seaborn Muse, Awakening, other effects combined with cards like on the Omnipotent, Dwarven Miner. That sounds great. I love tappy and tappy stuff. Slow start. Cool. What do you I love a deck like that. Fate Stitcher is one of my favorite cards, and Seedborn Muse is great. And so if you can, and Vidalcan Orrery is really nice too, along with some other of these things like Paradox Engine. And so you put all these good cards together, you'll end up with a good deck. It's really good. Yeah, I have, how many cubes do I have? I have like 5 or 6 cubes, and I don't play them enough. Some of them I barely ever play because I don't have time, but I love Cube, and I could geek out about it a lot. Yeah. Magic Fest Madison. I almost went there. The problem with Magic Fest Madison is that, number one, I would have to fly. I'd have to fly into Milwaukee, I think it is, and then drive over, and I need to be back for Mother's Day. And so that basically removes all of Sunday. And I could take off work. It was just really not good. Like, basically, I could take off work if I visited the University of Wisconsin and set up a meeting there. So I could get there like on Friday, and then like I could have Saturday all there, and then Sunday I'd have to like just get out of there to try to get home for Mother's Day. And so like I was doing all this travel for like 1.5 days of actual exposure at Madison, and it made me sad that it didn't work out, because I think it would have been really cool, not only to see the University of Wisconsin, but also, and like to sit down with my contact out there, but also to get to see everyone up there. I think that would have been really fun. So that's a sad story. No GP Madison or Magic Fest Madison. Wild Growth DJ. Wild Growth is great. I don't know what that's referring to, but I really like one mana enchantment based ramp is very good, and it's sneaky underplayed. Go play it. DJ, are you going to make a Tolsimir Friend of Wolves deck? Yes, I am. My patrons, when I did test stream, my patrons and I, we brainstormed the deck, and I wrote it down, and it was great. So yes, I will be doing that. But not for like a couple weeks, because I'm doing a lot of other decks that are white, and I want to like vary the colors. Oh, you're welcome, Alex. I'm glad that I also answered your question and made you feel good. Favorite Japanese Planeswalker art? The favorite one, what was this one over here? This Kiora, I think, is my favorite one. I love this Kiora so much. Okay. Green. Also, the green skit takes out of the yoga logo. Oh, do I have a logo and the green is out of it? Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's not even green, by the way. It's like yellow. It's because this green screen is new and not properly lit, and I'm bad at this. Let's see here. What's the back of the sleeves? I don't know. Nothing. The back of the sleeves is nothing. The front of the sleeves is the art printed on it. So that means that you could have clear sleeve backs and you could still have the front be altered. I'm surprised they didn't like advertise on the back of the sleeves because they're going to be covered up. Noon of Mizzet is fun. Might make a CEDH deck about it, replacing General Tazri. I think that the Ramos would still be better because creating mana is probably better for going off than drawing cards, but Niv Mizzet is just fun. I'd play that in a heartbeat. Any tips on how to build the mana base? So no, I don't. I sometimes have used Mana Base Crafter in the past, but that just like lists off lands. Like it's not really a thing that helps you build it. Building a mana base is tricky, and basically I build it in different ways depending upon the budget. So if the deck is a certain price point, then I build the mana base to match that price point. It does mean that an expensive deck gets more expensive and a budget deck stays budget, but that seems fine by me. I think that people underestimate basics, that you should embrace the basic and play way more basics than other people think that you should. You don't need in Commander to hit every single thing on curve all the time. You need it in CDH, you need it in Limited, you need it in a lot of other things. But in Commander, you can be fine with a tapped land. You'll be fine if you're playing a basic and you don't quite have exactly the right mana requirements you have all the time. I firmly believe that. DJ, what's your favorite aggro style commander? The most effective one that I've ever built was an Azuri Elves aggro deck because it gets big, it draws cards, but then it turns aggro really fast. Right now, my favorite aggro deck is my Mardu Artifacts, Akiri Line Slinger and Timna the Weaver artifact aggro deck. It's very fun. I love decks that can pivot into a different game plan. So it's very aggressive, and then it pivots into this resilient artifact combo deck. Really awesome. I might make an unset cube. I have uncards in my cube, and that's actually like something that I really like talking about is the unset cards that I have. I have Blast from the Past, Booster Tutor. I have Very Cryptic Command, and I just cut Clocknapper because it's too powerful. And I have Arcane Savant is another weird one, but it's not an uncard. I think that those are the uncards that I have right now in my cube. But I have had Gifts Given in there before. I've had Topsy Turvy in there before. And specifically in Uncube, I have a bunch of unset that's just waiting to be cracked. And then I'll save all those cards and I might build an Uncube if I have enough of it. It was very cool. Good question. I love geeking out about that stuff. Combo Primer. Ooh, that sounds hard. The problem is that the combos are so different. Wild Growth GJ was when I changed my size. I'm just talking about Wild Growth in general. Combo Primer, it could be hard to put together a Combo Primer because the combos are so unique and you have different priorities as you're building your deck in different ways. I think it's just hard. Lands called Mana the Gathering. Cool. That sounds great. Hang on one second. Someone sent me a text message because I'm popular and I get those. Okay. So one of my friends was watching Kenji and basically they saw me win the game. Yeah. Because I draw spells when Kenji draws lands. Cool. Okay. let's get back to answering questions, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I actually expected this to end like an hour ago. And you guys are great, but I want to take a break. You missed my last question, so I definitely don't want to miss this one. What do you think of Cadaverous Bloom? My friend said it was unplayable. Cadaverous Bloom. Let's see if Cadaverous Bloom is unplayable. Choose a card from your hand and remove it from the game. Whenever you can produce free mana, it is not unplayable at all. This is very all in. It's not my style of commander, but Cadaverous Bloom won a Pro Tour, I'm pretty sure. People played Cadaverous. Shoot. This was a Pro Tour winning card. There was a deck that like went off with Cadaverous Bloom. So when you have that level of power, it can totally work in Commander. So yes, you were right. Cadaverous Bloom is a good card. Land resources, very good. Oh no. Cryptic Command, very Cryptic Command. It is the better one. Oh no, they don't have all of them? Because it's not that one. It's not this one either. Well, why don't they have all of the very cryptic commands? Because they just have the different arts and I need to click on the different version. There we go. Yes, this is the very cryptic command. Return target permanent to its controller's hand, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Change the target of the spell with a single target or turn over non-token creature. So basically, this becomes a turnover target non-token creature is really good because it's basically removal. It just turns the creature into a 2/2, and so it's very, very good. Changing the target of a spell, this misdirection is a very fun mechanic and it's really good. Draw 2 and discard a card is better than draw a card, so that's very good and goes into the Reanimator sub-theme that's in blue. And then also returning a permanent to their hand is very similar to the normal Cryptic Command and also can punish like land strategies and stuff like that, which I love in Cube. So this is the very Cryptic Command that I have. And it's very playable. Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. I have not commented on that. Anime Kaya. Oh gosh, Dice and Coin Flip Cube. That sounds horrible. I hard pass on that. Let's talk about Tezzeret. Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. Oh, dude, Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge is good. Because it just does X damage to X opponent where X is the number of artifacts you control. You gain X life. That is good. That is so good. I could regularly have 10 or 20 artifacts on the battlefield. Yes, Tezzeret is amazing. Kill people, recursion. Who cares? This kills people. And affinity for artifacts. This card is crazy. This card makes me regret having a Mardu artifacts deck instead of a blue-based artifact deck. It's insane. Anala combo. Yeah, Anala combo is so sweet. The Gyrus deck tech. Yeah, Gyrus is very fun. A lot of people trash talk Gyrus, but I think that it's a really, really fun mechanic. And I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. Let's see here. I'm glad you enjoy it. I will enjoy my week off, and I'll make sure to make more Commander content. You guys are not cutting out early. I'm gonna be ending it pretty soon. Squander Resources was the Bloom deck, and yeah, like 1997 is a great card. I'm super excited. I'm catching up with the end of this. Politics cards. Ooh, politics cards are great and they really interact with the game. Consistency? No, you cannot just add politics cards in place of consistency. So instead, replace splashy effects. So like instead of having like a big creature that you really like, instead make a politics card so that you can just kind of play with the board a little bit. So I would be totally okay with cutting an Eldrazi and adding in a big politics card, but don't cut your Cultivator, your Kanama's Reach or something like that. Good question. Yeah, anything that better generates the Cadaverous Bloom has the potential to be very good, but it's very all in, very combo-y. Yeah. Super Friends that runs Tez. Yeah, Super Friends Artifacts. Sounds fun. Okay. Oh man, I will do my political Okagachi Vengeful Kami deck, but it's not ready yet. I need to test it a little bit more. Okay. I am ending my stream right now. I want to thank all of you for coming out and watching. This is more people than I honestly expected, especially to just hang out with me and talk for a while. I really, really enjoyed it. So thank you very much for spending some time with me, even though we didn't even play very much Arena. I just had fun hanging out with you guys. If you like this kind of thing, then I might have time to be able to do it again, or have things that are more structured where we build a deck together, or where I do Commander Online or something like that. I don't know. But I do enjoy talking with all of you and doing some of this. It's a lot more fun than just being like alone in my office, like just like clicking away doing editing. Instead, I'm like talking and interacting with you. So thank you very much. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for letting me have this VIP account that let me attract all of you in and then subsequently not play any Arena. That was pretty good. Also, thanks to my patrons and tcgplayer.com. They really give me resources to be able to do stuff and balance, family and work and Magic and all this other stuff. So thank you to all of you, and all of you support me in my own way. And like, look, all these things that say thank you, all this stuff, bye, thank you. That's support. And thank you for tuning in and saying nice things to me. It makes me super happy. All right, everyone. This week we're gonna have a Feather deck tech that I'm super excited about, and I already have 2 other ones that I'm working on, and I'm hoping to get out another one